Hello?
Huh?
Can you hear us?
What?
Hello?
Huh?
I'm not bad at aim. The
What?
chips
There
are
we go.
curved. They don't fly
Huh?
straight.
What?
Chips are curved.
Yeah, they are.
They got grooves.
God,
They're slightly curved,
all in
Aaron.
my space.
See?
They are
They
kind of
always-
curved. You're right.
They always go one way.
So there we go. Now we have audio, and they should be able to hear us. I don't know if that solved the other issue that we were having.
No, I'm gonna have to work on that.
Okay, so Rick will work on that while we go into things. But
Hi.
welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
We have woken Eric from his food coma. He is now better. He was
You know
awakened.
how you get me out of a food coma?
How, Eric?
More food.
Feeding him more food.
The smell and sound of chips landing around him was like, what?
It's a vicious circle.
I'm awakened. But no, yeah. Today we have a good bit of stuff that we get to cover and talk about.
Lots of stuff today. Lots of news. Lots of interesting things. And we're watching the PlayStation State of Play today, too.
Yeah, that starts around 5 o'clock, so we'll
Yeah.
be moving into that after our podcast or in the middle of when we get closer. We also have some different news and stuff that's been announced and whatnot recently. And I believe we also have a few like trailer things that I think we're going to cover, discuss, react to here on the podcast as well. So
Yeah.
if there's any news that could be spoilers, don't say anything because I don't know them yet and other people might not know them yet. So
Yeah,
wait
you'll get
until we
banned.
get to that point.
Probably.
So
You'll get banned.
yeah. So if you're here used to us doing 3 to 5, you'll probably go until about 6 or so. I forget
Maybe.
exactly how long the PlayStation thing's going to
I
be.
think it's 30
don't know if they
minutes.
I think
announced
it's
it,
supposed
but
to be
talk
30
about it for a
minutes,
little bit
but
after.
yeah, we
But
can talk about it after.
we'll have a little bit of chatting with that. So this will be a little longer of a podcast with some fun conversations of things. I suppose we can start with things unrelated to any of that. If anyone has anything special or anything that's occurred over the last week. I know one of mine that occurred was that Saturday, I think it was Saturday, I went outside to get a monster, and when I went outside to get a monster, the cat Bubbles that we have
Bubbles.
went outside as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll let her be because her and Cat would go out all the time, and
Okay.
I just see what they do, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like 8 o'clock though, so it was also kind of cold, and then usually the kids, like, she'll come to one of the doors, or Cat will come to the doors, and the kids will let them back in and stuff. Well, the kids didn't let her in, and I didn't think about going out and looking, and Melanie didn't think about it until like 11. So like when we started looking, we couldn't find Bubbles anywhere, and the whole thing started turning into Melanie like looking around, shaking cat food and stuff, trying to find where Bubbles was. It's still snowy and stuff and kind of cold, and want to make sure we get her inside and she's not out all night in the cold. And Bubbles didn't come. Like, I went out and helped, looked around. We looked in the garage, left the door open. We ended up setting like a little like cat thing in the back porch because we had like a heat lamp. So we had the heat lamp up with like blankets and stuff so that if she did come back to the
Like a little
door,
shelter.
she has a little spot to hopefully keep warmer than just out in the snow and stuff, you know? So we did all that, and then I came back inside, and Melanie came back inside. I don't know, it was like 3 in the morning. We still hadn't found her, and I was like, well, she always goes under the deck. I guess I'll look under the deck. So I went outside. I got changed, went outside, didn't say anything to Melanie, and I just started going under the deck, like looking under there, crawling. There's some bigger spots, but there's also some smaller spots, so like there's rocks and everything. So I had to, like, rather than army crawl across these big jaggedy rocks, I did like planking. So like I would like plank myself and then move myself up and then lower myself down.
Yeah.
And then just do that again over and over. And it was not as hard on parts of my body. It was rough on my arms a little bit, but I could kind of pick spots where I wanted to put it. I didn't find Bubbles there either. Came back inside finally, and the next morning, like, I went to like get up and I couldn't do a sit-up. So like Melanie thought,
Which is what you do every morning.
yeah, I always wake up in the morning. I do sit-ups, trying to prepare for my baldness that's coming and stuff. It's part of my routine now. So I was like, man, my stomach really hurts. I'm like, maybe it's like a muscle thing. Melanie's like, I think you might have a hernia. I was like, a hernia? From what? She goes, I don't know, under the deck, I guess. But like, I couldn't sit up. I had to roll over and like get up this way rather than just being able to like sit up and stuff. And it hurt so bad, and coughing hurt, and laughing hurt.
That happened to me one time
I
when I was pissing blood.
That sounds bad, Calvin. Did you get a check?
Hell of an interjection to the
Yeah.
story.
I just did
But-
too many sit-ups.
You guys know too, like, I also have this thing where like when something hurts too much,
Yeah. You laugh.
I laugh.
Yeah.
This hurt when I laugh. So if it hurt too much, for
It's
some
like my
reason,
food. It's like my food coma.
I started
It's a vicious
laughing.
circle.
It was awful because
Yeah.
something happened, and I laughed a little bit, and it hurt, and it started hurting a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then when pain starts to get more, I laugh. So it was just this thing, and I couldn't. I'm like, this is terrible. I had to stop, try to think about something not funny. I had to try to break myself with that, but it was a terrible situation.
It's like when you
to
got
be in
your
this
appendix
laughing
out.
cycle.
I just tried to make you laugh.
Yeah, it was just.
It's like it's like when your side starts
The
hurting.
sides
and you're like,
hurts?
and you have to laugh and like stop
I
laughing.
laugh so
to
much,
to
I get
stop.
these side pains. Laughing's terrible for me, but I love doing it. But it hurts me.
Yeah.
So,
It hurts us when you laugh too.
but yeah, no. Then the next day, we also went out. Me and the kids. Leon actually crawled further under the deck than where I could go.
Yeah.
Looking for Bubbles and didn't find her then either. Like it was like 24 hours.
Yeah.
More recently, Melanie, because I was like, I don't know what else to do. The only thing I could say is like if we go door to door or start talking to neighbors and say, hey, have you seen a gray cat anywhere?
Mm-hmm.
One of our neighbors, she messaged on Facebook, and then she came over to our house, I guess, while I was at work, and was like, hey, this other lady said that their dogs have been barking at their garage, and it's been really weird, and they don't know why. It just started happening like this weekend.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So Melanie went over there to look. She, the dogs, had been barking and stuff. Called her. Bubbles didn't come out or anything like that. She's like, maybe it's not her. She put down some cat food and left. And then the cat food was gone a little bit later.
Okay.
So I was like, well, there's something in there.
Yes.
Coming to eat the cat food.
It's like
Okay.
a raccoon.
So,
Possum.
well, they eventually, I guess, I think her name was Barb. She set up like a camera and just set it with like cat food there to like watch it to see, and then we got a glimpse of the gray cat. So,
Okay.
More recently, at some point, Melanie went over trying to get it, couldn't get it. Went and bought like a live trap to try to like get her to come into it because we thought maybe she went over there and then was scared of the dogs, so she's just like afraid to come out now.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, if we can entice her with food like that, maybe if we can entice her into a live trap, get her back over to our place where there's not the dogs. Like, we just think that maybe she went over there. The dogs, there's one named Brody, which is just a nice dog, but he's like a golden retriever. He's much bigger than her.
Sure.
She gets scared of it. He came up to our door one time and was like looking in, and her and Catwick both are just hunched up and not happy. So we think that she just got over there and got stuck, but they ended up getting her out of there. They didn't even have to use the live trap thing.
Yeah.
They just were able to like go over, and she took all the kids, and the kids were like, Bubbles, and she came over to the kids, and they were able to put her in like a little like carrying case and bring her back over.
So you got Bubbles.
We got Bubbles
Oh,
back, yeah.
God.
Melanie was
Good.
like, oh my gosh, we're not going to see her again. I was like, well, we
Yeah.
have.
Well, you know what? You told us half the story this week, and I
Yeah.
was like, when you started, I'm like, man, don't bum us out.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry
thought-
that your cat's missing, but
No,
but I'm
yeah,
so
it was-
happy.
And then you didn't
I
say
thought you were
anything,
talking
so
about
so
this as if
happy.
it was one of the best things of your week, and it's
Thank
like,
you.
yeah, so we never got
Thank
the cat
God
back.
Bubbles is okay.
I
Jesus.
figured
Yeah.
that the cat was just gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It was just a thing where it's like, I couldn't find, like, there was snow, but it was iced over and stuff, so it's hard to really use it as
Yeah.
like tracking or anything because there's already been footprints in different places and stuff. And like, I didn't find any evidence of, like, I figured if she was there, she was gonna be under the deck because that's where she always went. And I figured that if there was like a coyote or something, there would have been evidence of something worse in the white snow somewhere, fur or whatever. But
Yeah.
I couldn't find any evidence of her anywhere. So I'm like, it makes me think that, she went somewhere else to find warmth, or maybe she was in heat and went looking for adventure, or something like that. So I didn't know what to expect. And then I felt guilty because I was the one who opened the door and let her out.
Sure.
So I was like, I'll go look under the damn deck, man. If I can
kids will
find
always remember
a
it was
cold,
you.
curled up kitty cat, and I can get her out and bring her back in, and the kids won't be mad at me or anything. So Colson on like Sunday was like, he said to Melanie, he's like, I miss Bubbles. She's been
Aw.
gone for like 3 days. And I was like, she was here last night.
It's 3 days for him.
It's only been like 24 hours.
He lived a lifetime in those
So-
24 hours.
But yeah. So part of
Well,
that
that's
was my
good.
stomach had a weird thing. It's better now.
Yeah.
It must have been muscles in some way
Yeah.
because, like, at first it was just one side. Melanie's like, I think it's a hernia. But then later on, I'm like, yeah, but it didn't hurt right after. I thought it would have, like, if I had done something out there, I would have hurt coming out of there rather than, like, it being a thing that builds up like a sore muscle. You know how, like, you do something that strains your muscles, it doesn't usually hurt right then. It's when you've rested it and not done anything for a while, and then it feels really sore and hurts.
Yeah.
So I was a little worried about that. So,
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad. Somehow
Yeah.
Bubbles has returned.
Yep.
That's good.
It's awesome. I also have a missing cat story.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah?
So
No.
my family and I have been watching Marbula 1,
Okay.
which is a marble racing YouTube channel.
Yes. Okay.
and we've been getting really into it.
Trying to connect these two.
Go Teen
concepts.
Snowballs.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
And so Maggie got Evelyn some marbles. So we went upstairs, and her and I started working on a track for it.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, I took a table, and I put it, like, half up, and then I put some, like, Hot Wheel tracks around. I put some, like, Play-Doh on the table to, like, you know, they would bounce into it and bounce off and go different ways. So, like, we spent some time on this. But upstairs also, there are, like, 2 doors to either side of the knee walls. And so one of the doors was slightly open, and Gigi decided to go on an adventure. And so I had to crawl in there, and he is a giant cat, right?
Gigantic.
He's
To
like
put this in perspective, he's like 18 pounds.
he's like 20, 25 pounds.
Now,
Yeah.
he's grown since I last spoke.
Big cat.
Yeah.
Did you say she went inside a narwhal?
Knee wall.
A knee wall. Okay. Not
There's
a whale.
not a horned whale
Not
in
a
his
whale.
house.
What's a knee wall?
A knee wall is, you know, the slope of your roof.
Sure.
How the top floor sometimes has shorter walls, but then, like at the corners, there's like a angled wall that matches with the slope of your roof.
Okay.
The short wall that doesn't go all the way down to the edge, there's like a void in there, and that's called a knee wall. It's like just insulation and
Okay.
It's a
electrical
perfect place for a
and batting
clubhouse.
and stuff like that.
Is it clubhouse?
Yeah.
So is it knee like an eye, or is it knee like your knee? Like it's not
It's-
that tall, so it's like a knee
Yeah, like
wall?
it comes up to
No,
your knee.
it's like the knights
right?
who say.
The Knights who say knee? Okay.
No, I think it's NEE, right?
That at least makes more sense than her being inside a whale. So
I don't think it's knee as in
Okay,
appendage.
so-
big heavy cat.
Well, first
many-
of all, yeah, it's a boy, and it's part Mancoon. So he's not like fat. He's huge.
Yes.
He's just a big old cat.
Part Mancoon.
Maine Coon.
Maine
Maine Coon.
Coon. Sorry.
Okay. I was like part like raccoon,
No, it
part
isn't
man.
knee as
like
in appendage.
that'd be crazy.
So like he's in there, and like everywhere he steps in the installation, he just goes completely through. You know, so like I'm in there going from joist to joist, like trying to chase him, and it goes the length of the house. So like I reach out and he just moves a little more forward. I'm like, damn it, Gigi.
So just putting holes in your roof.
But not in the roof, just like in the insulation.
Okay.
You know, so like finally I get him, and I'm like, I don't know how to carry this thing and also crawl back.
Yeah.
But I managed to do it, and I got him out, and he started licking himself. I was like, well, he's got insulation on. It's probably not good.
Probably not good enough.
So I gave him a bath.
Ooh, giant cat in a bath. Sounds great.
He doesn't care.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, like doesn't care whatsoever. Like I ran the bath ahead of time. I stuck him in it. I was like washing him off. He's just standing there, like, you know, licking the water, and then I picked him up and dried him off. But yeah, so
Well, good.
it
So
was an
both
adventure.
cats returned safely. Everyone's okay.
yep.
Good. Whew, I was worried because I was like, "Oh, we got through that one." I was really worried about that one. You're like, "Well," I'm like, "No, Rick,
I got a
no."
I don't know. I picture a little bit of like that cat, but like remember The Office?
Yes, I do.
Like just being up there. Like,
Save Bandit. I do remember that. Oh man! All right, Calvin. So, what cat you lose?
Wait, hang on. Are you still peeing blood?
Yeah, you
No,
should
this
stop
was years
doing
ago.
that.
Okay, that interjection, like people probably worried.
Yeah,
So okay.
that happened to me when I was peeing blood. That's all you said.
Yep. No, I just did too many sit-ups, and apparently I was far too harsh on my abdominal muscles, and instead of getting stronger, they were just like tearing, and the muscle fibers were going into my.
Urine.
I mean, yeah, basically, they were getting filtered out of my
Interesting.
bloodstream and
So
everything.
you're working out too much. This is years ago. This isn't from like the Valentine's Day stuff you had to do.
No,
Okay.
no, I was sore to be fair, but no, this was years ago.
All right.
This one time I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to get in shape. I'm going to do sit-ups and crunches until I can't anymore. And I just kept going until I should just go to bed. I woke up the next morning. I couldn't move.
The only times I've peed blood is from shots to the kidneys, so they were very explainable.
Yeah.
Don't take shots to the kidneys. It's not great.
I've never
Yeah,
peed blood.
You shouldn't.
Really.
I don't think
I
I've.
find that strange, Eric.
Why? I feel like that's the norm.
He's
like
peed-
I'm the
You
the
peed
base.
sugar.
That's not blood.
I just figured
That's his blood.
I just figured it's running in your veins. No.
My blood sugar's always real high.
You sugar blood.
But no, I don't think I've ever peed blood either.
Oh, good.
Really? You never took any shots at the kidneys?
No, I defended them. And
All
kept
right.
my-
Well,
kept my-
topics
kept my
covered
back away
today:
from my
lost
opponent, Rick.
cats and peeing of blood.
Rick, you were turning around. You shouldn't have turned around.
You can get kicked in the side
Yeah, I know.
and take side kicks.
Yeah. But anything else that happened through the week or anything from us that we need to cover? Or?
No, not really. My
Besides
time
the
is
snow melted?
occupied with Star Wars trivia, and that's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Melanie's hand is doing better.
That's good.
She's
Good.
still super stubborn.
Yeah.
I know it hurts her, and she can't open certain things. But like yesterday, she made like a, I don't know. She just said I made beef, but it was like a giant steak that she put in like a frying pan and seared it, and then put it in the oven.
Yeah.
And then she was going to get it out, and she just like, she wasn't wearing a brace, and
Yeah.
she just put like the oven mitt on her hand. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, it's okay. And she just grabbed it. I'm like, let me do it. What are you doing? And then she's like, no, I'm fine. And she's getting it out. And then later on, she wanted like a bottle of 7-Up opened or something for the kids, and she couldn't get it. So like someone else had to open it for
Gotcha.
her, you know? Like she keeps having issues, like salt. It was like trying to do salt. She couldn't twist it. Like that kind of stuff. I'm like, if you can't do this, quit picking up the pan of beef, you know? Like leave it alone.
Was it like a brisket or something?
I don't know. She just called it beef, and it was just it looked like a big old thick steak. It's something like it was like a really big one.
Yeah.
It could have been like a roast that she just like fried up and seared and stuff. Maybe. I don't know.
Gotcha. Like pan-seared it
She
and then-
seared it and baked it basically.
Seared it and then broiled it or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but it's some kind of meat. I ate it. I don't know. I threw some potatoes in the microwave. I haven't done that in years.
Yeah.
But
Potatoes in the microwave?
yeah, well, Melanie, she'll think about the meat, but she won't necessarily think about the sides, because usually she would just eat like raw veggies and meat, and that would be it for her, you know. But like she had vegetables and she had meat, and I was like, well, I would like a potato with it. So I was just like, I'm just gonna stab this potato a whole bunch and put it in the microwave, and then all the kids were like, I want a potato too, because they like baked potatoes. So we did that. So it was good. Dinner.
All right, well, let's get to news because there's a lot of it.
So much news.
I'm going to hit the non-Paramount Plus stuff first.
Yeah, and let's skip over because we've already done the peeing of the blood stuff. So let's make sure we don't do any of that.
Sure.
Did you not see the Paramount peeing of the blood story?
Yeah.
We already covered it.
No, I have nothing.
Okay.
Nothing to talk about. Next up.
So first one, Twisted Metal series from Deadpool writer in the works at Sony Pictures TV.
Series.
Yep.
Deadpool.
Interesting.
Now is it animated or live action?
Live action series
Ooh, what?
adaptation of
Live
the Twisted
action
Metal
Twisted
PlayStation
Metal.
game franchise is officially moving forward, Variety has learned.
Interesting. Who do you get to play Sweet Tooth?
The new series is described as an action comedy based on original take by Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, the writers behind the Deadpool films and Zombieland.
Okay.
I
Ooh.
imagine it to be a mature thing.
Yeah.
See, this idea is interesting. I would be looking forward to seeing like what they do, because I liked Twisted Metal back in the day. I never played the newer one though, that came out on PS3. I don't know. I think
Oh,
we
you
talked
never
about
played
it.
that one?
We talked about it recently. I don't think I've really played it.
The one where Sweet Tooth turns into a mech?
Yeah, or a helicopter or something. I don't know what he does.
It was a mech.
Spoilers.
But
I'm probably never going to watch it.
It's a mechanic of the game.
there was recently
it.
like
Whatever.
I talked to you guys a little bit about it, but like TV series, like a lot of things are going to TV, and I think you can spend more time with TV and characters and tell more stories in a longer format, but not necessarily make it feel rushed or drawn out. Like it really depends how you do it. You could do either one, but keeping it longer than a movie but shorter than like a 25 episode season sometimes can be pretty good to do, you know. But
The only casting thing I have is a rumor. Will Arnett is an executive producer,
Oh, okay.
and there's a rumor that he will voice Sweet Tooth.
He would be
Oh.
able to pull it off. I mean, his Batman is so great in the Lego movie,
Job.
so he'll do it.
yeah, well, it's Lego Batman. I was thinking,
Yeah.
I was thinking the Lego Batman and stuff, or the Lego Builders.
Hmm.
Have you seen that?
Nope.
It's like a reality show, but people have to
Oh,
build.
yeah.
It's like it's like
okay.
those baking shows or cooking shows,
Yeah.
but instead they have to build cool Lego shit.
Yeah, it's like the competition that they did for like the Lego movies, where they would just
Yeah.
take a whole bunch of entries for like cool character designs and
Yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
was watching a video yesterday, and it was talking about the pyramids and how it's like, you know, even modern architects are baffled how they can make these things. And I'm like, no, they're not. I've seen a guy make Luke Skywalker out of Legos, and it's perfect. The Egyptians couldn't have done that. You know? Like we know shit they don't know.
No, I was watching a YouTube video talking about like the pyramids and stuff like that, and him by himself with just wood levers and counterweights and stuff like that moved a 60-ton stone.
Yeah.
It's like 30 feet long.
Yeah.
And he stood it up on end by himself. Like,
crazy.
you can do that shit.
Yeah, and they had more people because they were
And
using
they had-
slaves and stuff, right?
They
So,
had
I mean,
thousands of people.
They had their workforce just pushing,
Yeah.
pulling, whatever, carving. No, I get you. No, the other, I was talking to you guys too because I was looking at a lot of horror movie stuff recently too. I don't know why I got into this kick of horror movies.
Yeah.
But one of the things when I was looking things up is that there was a rumor or information from like a year ago that Disney Plus was going to do like a PG-13 Predator TV show.
Huh?
And I was like, that would have been interesting. It was just something I came across that I found. I'm like, is there any truth in that still? Was that like before announcing like their Disney Star adult thing, you know? But it just sounded like an interesting idea because I like Predator. Lately, like the most recent movie didn't hit it for me. So
Sure.
I'd love to get more of that tie into alien stuff or something. Like it'd be cool to do.
I just
Yeah.
want Predator going into other worlds. It's not Earth. Like no understandable dialogue. Just like
Just
That would be
killing
cool.
things and hunting.
yeah, you know.
Like a
No human
Christmas
characters.
special
Sorry, what?
of... I was going to say like a Christmas special of Predator. Where you just have entire 15-minute scenes of all that and no context whatsoever.
Want some candy? That's all it says.
But no, that's cool. I'll be interested
Twisted
to
Metal,
follow the
huh?
Twisted Metal stuff and seeing what they have with that.
I hear that. I'm excited for people that are in love with it, but I keep thinking like, man, how does this get an adaptation? No one still hasn't made a Zelda thing. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, there's like this list here is crazy.
Yeah,
a video
I
game
know.
franchise adapted for that. So
Yeah.
for live action, there's Twisted Metal, there's Fallout, there's Assassin's Creed, The Last of Us,
Assassin's Creed makes sense. Last of Us, absolutely, I can see that.
The Witcher, and Halo, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Halo.
And then for animation, you've got Castlevania,
Yeah.
you got Resident Evil, Cyberpunk is having an anime made,
Okay.
Splinter
I wonder
Cell,
if it'll be like
and
completely
Tomb Raider.
Are these all
animated.
tied to Paramount?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
Just in general.
Yeah,
These are just some general
yeah,
ones.
yeah. We haven't
Dang.
got to the Paramount stuff yet.
Oh, okay.
Those
Wait,
all-
so Twisted Metal is who's that through then?
Sony Interactive.
I mean, that makes sense.
Would it be too meta if the Cyberpunk show just has like a couple scenes that are in previs still?
But no, yeah, that sounds.
That'd be funny.
I mean, I love video games. I hope that they adapt things into a good fashion and people enjoy it. I don't know if I would prefer to have things telling stories that have already been told in games or doing prequels or sequels to things that have already been done. You know,
Yeah.
like should Splinter Cell tell like, you know, the story of a game itself or like in between or after the fact or any of that kind of stuff, like just to that way you get a little bit more freedom. But if you don't go the exact same route and you want to have some twists and turns, you're not like going against anything. Like I like Resident Evil, and I think the movies they've done on those are really fun and enjoyable for the animated ones. The live action ones I thought were fun and enjoyable to a point, and then they got really weird and really off track. And I don't know, there's something about it,
Gotcha.
you know. But they also did a thing where they introduced a whole new character into the world, so you could have those same stories happening around. But they didn't really. It would have been cool if they would have intertwined that. Have this new character that intertwines between these stories, that you meet these characters in their game stories that are being told, and you're intertwining between elements of those. That could have been really cool to do.
Where you're not like influencing their stories, but they're
Yeah.
influencing yours.
Yeah, that could have been a cool way to go about it, but they didn't even do that, you know. So I don't know.
All right. Next thing I have is a superhero movie. It's been announced.
Okay.
Blue Beetle.
Oh, Blue Beetle.
Blue
Beetle.
Beetle.
Yeah.
DC.
Is this going to
Terms-
be in the extended like DC like EU like
don't know.
universe?
It could be that, or it could be like Elseworlds, like they did with Joker. You know?
True. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
Go ahead, Rick. What's it say?
It says Charm City Kings director Angel Manuel
Okay.
Soto is set to direct Blue Beetle, DC Films and Warner Brothers' first superhero movie starring a Latino character.
Yep. the
Individuals
Latino
with
director.
knowledge of the project exclusively tell the rap. There's not really a lot here.
I mean,
other
I've
than
always
that.
enjoyed Blue Beetle. Anything I've seen him in, I'm not necessarily a Blue Beetle fan or anything.
Sure,
but-
he was cool in Young Justice.
I was gonna say I really enjoyed him in Young Justice.
So you said it'd be a Latino,
Yeah.
right? Because it's made by Ted Cord, which I think was like a white guy.
The
I don't
original
remember,
Blue
right?
Beetle, yeah.
But if they're going along with dang, what was his name?
Can't remember.
I can't remember what his name was either. But like the character in Young Justice that we had, like I liked like him. Like,
Jamie Reyes.
is that what it was? Maybe.
Could be
But-
Jamie
That's what
Reyes.
everybody's
That sounds
spamming.
familiar.
I liked how like he found it and he had to like acquaint himself rather than like he invented it and was familiar with it. It was kind of like
Jaime.
it was like Star Kid, right? Did you guys ever see Star Kid?
Star
Rick,
Kid.
you
No.
saw it, I think, right? I'm pretty sure it was called Star Kid.
Oh, the one where he pees out of his mouth.
That's it. Yes, exactly. There was
Never forget
It
that.
sounds like a
Now they
peeing
pee
blood
blood out.
thing.
The-
We need
the-
to talk about that. in
the
a bit.
premise of that movie was that there was this alien planet, right? They're warring. There is a race of smaller creatures, and they made this bigger armor that they fit into. It somehow ends up on Earth. A kid, a smaller creature, fits into this armor as well, but it's made for an alien. And he has to kind of figure out how to operate it, and then those creatures are coming for that armor, so he's using that suit to help fight and defend and stuff. It's that idea of like you find this item and you're learning with it, which also helps the audience learn what's going on as well.
Cool.
Plus, we've
Okay.
also already had, Tony Stark making an Iron Man suit. So if you go the Ted Cord route, I feel like it's going to be kind of similar if he's like merging tech and doing this and creating it to be what he wants it to be, or if it's just alien and you
Gotcha.
have an alien device come and they're learning it that way could work too. But
Yep.
so I think it'd be kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see. I don't know. I just like having the variety of different characters and stuff being brought into like that meeting up with Cyborg and Flash and stuff. Like if they do want to merge those a little bit or anything, but I don't know if that world's all dead or not. Like I don't know if they're gonna be able to continue that with Flash or reboot it. What if they reboot Flashpoint and redo all this and bring them back together? That could be a possibility too. Like this
Maybe.
kind of set in an alternate DC going forward that we didn't have with the Snyder movies and stuff.
All right. Next thing I have is it kind of goes into the Paramount stuff.
Okay.
Halo TV series moving from Showtime to Paramount Plus.
Ooh.
Yeah, Paramount Plus. It seems like they put a lot of money into that, and they dropped all the news. But Halo going to Paramount Plus now.
That's
Yep.
Man, it's another goddamn thing I have to get.
Yeah.
I know. We were talking about Paramount Plus, and I think it was Bob was like, "What is Paramount Plus? How do you get it?" And
Yeah.
she's like, "It's gonna have like CBS access or whatever into it and stuff too."
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a rebranding of CBS Access,
Yeah.
basically, but it's like they're pumping a ton of money
Ton of
into
stuff.
it.
Sure.
Well, that's
like,
a good upgrade for them.
I'm like, okay,
then.
so you're gonna have Paramount movies and stuff from there. Like, is that stuff not gonna be on like HBO and Netflix anymore? Then
Yeah,
does
I
that
don't know.
mean that the stuff that Netflix is gonna start going all original and gonna start losing Paramount stuff, and Sony gets their own one, and like eventually it's just gonna be that, and you're just paying for each of theirs. I was like, I wish there was a way that you could like get a bundle of all of it together, just pay, and maybe you get some stuff you don't want even, but you always have what you want to watch.
That's what TV did, and then they just kept adding stuff you didn't want and
Yeah.
taking away the stuff that you did.
I know. So I don't know. It's weird, but
I mean, the nice thing is that you can, you can have all of them at once, yes, but you could also just, I'm only going to have Netflix for this month.
sure.
Pay for Netflix.
Yeah.
You're not going to watch it all.
Sure.
Binge the shows that you
And
want
then,
to.
Yeah, in 6 months I'll get Paramount whenever there's a couple shows I want to watch. You can
That's
do that.
true.
Sure. That's,
know?
that's a thing you could do too.
You couldn't do that in cable.
No, you
Yeah.
can't. Like,
Except if you want the good deal for the year package.
Yeah.
I can choose at the end of the year to get Disney Plus and then watch WandaVision and
Yeah.
Loki and watch all the stuff that they had come out that year, rather
Yeah.
than just like I better get it right now because I want to watch that show.
But what they're banking on is that most people, once you actually get something, you're way less likely to get rid of
Cancel it and
you
stuff,
know?
yeah.
So,
Sure.
like, you might be spending $60 like you would on cable, but at the very least, you have some element of choice about it too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean the thing with cable was that I'm looking through the guide and I can't find anything I want to watch, but I'm paying for this and there's nothing there. That was the nice thing about like some
Or
of the
like I'm just watching all these commercials.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's some of the nice
Yeah.
things about like the TiVo and the on-demand kind of stuff. Is like, well, I'm gonna TiVo, this TV show, or I know this movie comes out here on Stars on Thursday, but I'm not gonna be around, so I'm gonna record it and I'll watch it when I want to later on. But now you can just do that with anything.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's just hopefully that thing, whatever you're wanting to watch, is somewhere. like I said with my horror movie thing, I've been trying to be like, where can I watch this? I'm like, damn it, I can't find this movie. Like, I want to watch, Predator maybe,
Sure.
But like, it's not on HBO Max and it's not on Netflix, but it's on Amazon maybe. But maybe it's not on Amazon Prime. I can buy it though.
Yeah, or rent it for like $6 or whatever.
So it's just finding it what it is you want and where you can get it. So that's why I was wondering what all Paramount was going to have.
Well, we're going to get into that. I have a gigantic list. I'm going to go over a big one first, and then we'll go through the list. And if there's anything that you want me to stop and tell you more about,
Okay.
do so. But the first one, in conjunction with this, is Nickelodeon launches Avatar Studios.
Stop.
Avatar
Tell me more.
Studios.
Will
Some great
expand the
words
world
you've said.
of the Avatar and the Legend of Korra.
Okay.
So the studio is designed to create original animated series and movies based on Avatar. The first project under the studio banner is an original animated theatrical film to begin production this year.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we had this Avatar news with this live action Netflix show that's going to be going, but then we had the kind of
Falling
bummer
out
of a
and
news
whatever,
with the
and-
original creators leaving.
Yeah.
And the original creators have gone back to
Yep.
Paramount, and Nickelodeon are involved with this, the kicking off of this new movie. And
Yeah. Instead of live action,
future
they're going
stuff,
back
which
to
is
animation.
super exciting because the adaptation. I'm still marginally excited for it. I want to see what they do.
Sure.
But I've always said, like, look, adaptations don't ruin the originals. We still will always have Avatar: The Last Airbender. You'll still always have Korra, but now we'll have new of those as well. Which, I mean, it's a franchise, especially once we got into it, that you're like, man, they are underutilizing this.
Yeah, well, it says here in the article, let me find it again. Avatar: The Last Airbender and Korra have grown at least tenfold in popularity since their original hit runs on Nintendo.
You're welcome.
Nickelodeon.
No, I'm kidding.
Ramsey and I are incredibly excited to have Mike and Brian's genius talent on board to helm a studio devoted to expanding their characters and world into new content and formats for fans everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really glad that the creators stuck to their guns and their principles and stuff, and didn't go forward on something that they weren't 100% behind.
I wonder, like, you said the first thing's going to be a feature film, but I wonder what they can journey into, what they'll want to journey into. Like, will you tell more stories of, like, after the original Avatar,
I mean, they could go into, like, the comic books.
Will you tell stories of previous avatars that we've had, like Kyoshi or Ozai, right? Ozai? No, that's Fire Lord.
Yeah, that's a Fire Lord.
Fire Lord Ozai.
Fire Lord Ozai.
Who was the fire? Kyoshi, and then there was a fire.
Oh, Roku.
Roku.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Oh,
Okay.
You can do it, Tang.
The-
You've done it
the
a
previous-
100
Like, will they
times
have stories
before.
about them or something along those lines, or will they could also just make a whole new character, like the next Avatar after Korra?
It's a mistake that they didn't go with the Roku service to launch these things.
It is.
I
Missed
suppose.
opportunity.
I suppose.
Exclusive to Roku.
But why?
Because for the pun. Got well, that's the most exciting news I had seen all week, honestly.
Yeah,
because
I had
yeah,
heard a
there's just so
little
much
bit
potential.
about this.
Well, and the good thing is, like, ratings mean different things
Yeah.
in a streaming service than they
Absolutely.
do on cable.
Yes.
So, like, hopefully they won't be as quick to get involved or cancel. Or
Absolutely. And I mean, with it not being like a broadcast thing, you shed all of these other limitations like runtime and your
Having to be
studio execs and all that stuff that
yeah,
are just
having
messing
to be
with things.
advertiser friendly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get to open things up, and they have a large timeline already. But in terms of stuff that hasn't been explored, from Avatar 1 to Avatar Korra,
Sure.
you have 1,000 generations.
The Avatar 1
you know?
storyline that they gave
Not
us was
1,000,
really
but a
cool.
lot.
You could go further with that if
You
you
could
really
go back
wanted
to Avatar Kyoshi easily, and like she was a pretty hardcore in the stuff that we saw.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more of that. And granted, there's also been some like comics and books released since then that are
Yeah,
within that
sure.
canon. You could adapt those if you wanted
Well,
to.
yeah, I mean, is it possible to get like a Clone Wars new season
Mm-hmm.
of Korra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The film could be. I mean, one of the books cover Zuko's mother.
Exactly,
know?
which was a dangling thread in the
That's-
original series.
that was
That
one of-
was covered. Yeah,
That
exactly.
was something that they never covered in the series, but they did it in a comic. You could. I mean, the film could be adapting that comic into a animation, and you at least get to finish off telling that story in the animation format
Yeah.
and stuff. Bring back Dante and stuff, and it'd be pretty cool. I wonder how many of the voice actors would be able to come back or would be willing to.
I mean,
Like get an older Zuko, but it's voiced by Dante.
Oh yeah,
That'd be cool to do.
that would be awesome.
he would do it. He does great work on the Star Wars Kids channel. Yeah, in a galaxy of adventure. But yeah, no, it's exciting news. I would like to have this popularity spin off into like some kind of like really good video game would be cool in that universe.
Like the one that the guy's making in Dreams,
Yeah, exactly.
but
Now,
with more people and more money behind it.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because Korra feels, even though it's the same world, it feels very different. You know,
Sure.
just because of the way that the Bender society has developed super quickly and industrialized and stuff. But whenever I think Avatar, I keep thinking of the world presented in The Last Airbender. So my mind goes there, but I'm open to liking that
Yeah.
more as well.
Well, you go
because
back-
Korra had that like stilting thing when it was like, all right, do a season. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh no, do another season. All right, that's it. And do another one, you know?
Yeah.
I'll do the fourth one. Fuck it, we're not going to air it. You know? Like, they had so many roadblocks there that
Yeah.
I think that those guys deserve having a little more open territory.
And plan out. Like, I hope that they kind of spend some time. I imagine, I don't know because I'm not there, but like what Marvel does with like their movies and the TV shows and all that,
Yeah.
is they kind of get some ideas and like a general roadmap of what they want to release and how much they want to release of whatever, you know?
Yeah.
That way you kind of have an idea of your
Like
story you're telling.
they do it in phases.
Yeah, you have an idea of the story you're telling and where we want to get to.
Yeah.
And do that with like the Avatar universe or whatever, and you
Yeah.
could have one series come out that's about Aang, and you know, in between the two series, or an adult Aang.
Yeah.
But then also after that's done, after a little bit of time, you also have a Kyoshi storyline or something, you know. But it would be cool to see like what you're saying, where like Korra has like that a little bit further into the future, and like it has a different feel. Like going back further, like how much different does it feel when they are even newer, you know? Like if Avatar Wan, like we didn't get to see too much. There was a lot more forest and animals and spirits and stuff kind of controlling more things. Like at some point that must have changed and shifted, you know? Like you could see stories like that happening or something.
So I'm curious then, like, you know, we have all this open room that we can tell some cool stories and see good visuals. What's the one thing you don't want to see told now that we have this? You know, like there's part of me that's like, oh man, I would like to see Uncle Iroh's original conquest of Ba Sing Se and maybe stuff about his son. But there's also a part of me that like the scene of him singing, you know, at his son's grave is such a powerful scene. It might take away from the power if you shed more light on it, you know?
Well,
maybe I want to stay away from that.
And you
I don't know.
can't bring back Mako.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just
He's so
can't,
integral
you
to
know?
that.
Yeah.
But do you tell the story of the son in a way that could work that then makes that even more impactful when you rewatch that in Avatar: The Last Airbender, you know? Like that's already an impactful moment, but could you do it where like you're telling it the history of it in a different way, or even more so that it hits you even harder?
Yeah.
You know?
Or do you just, you know, you go past Korra and you do the next Avatar, which is Earth, and then you do a series after that, which is Fire, and then you have the 4.
There's been times in Star Wars where like, here's what I got, and like, oh man, that was a sad moment or an emotional moment, but then they tell a story in some other entity that then when you go back and watch this part, it hits even differently, or even more so than what it did before, you know? So that's definitely a thing that they could do too.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, good for them, and it scratches that itch of like when I was excited that those two original creators were on the Netflix show. I'm still excited for the Netflix show. Just, you know, I'm now made whole by knowing
Is
this
that
happening
Netflix
too.
show still happening?
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Man, I wonder how that's gonna go then.
I know.
It's interesting.
From what I've heard, there's some very undesirable changes in the lore and stuff, but I don't know. It's all just rumors as well, so
yeah, I mean,
anything could
who's
change.
gonna know that, and how's it gonna? I don't know. I'll see.
I remain open to it. I think that it would be a mistake to like, no, we can't do that. You know,
Sure.
like
No, yeah.
I really enjoyed the Avatar movie.
I enjoyed.
Cha, ha, hu, cha.
It wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Honestly, it wasn't as bad as I
It
thought.
wasn't.
I think it was not hyped. The opposite of hyped.
Yeah.
It was underhyped.
True, but
Over-
it was also not
under.
great, and it had some of the worst moments I've ever seen.
Sure, there were some bad
You
things.
just haven't seen
but
enough.
I was
Eric.
expecting worse.
I've seen Dragon Ball Evolution. That was worse.
Oh, that
No.
was
Was
I'm
definitely
just
it?
saying
worse.
that one was worse than the Avatar movie.
Was it
But the
worse?
Avatar movie has
think it
a
was
standard
worse.
to reach, and it definitely didn't.
It did not.
And then but it had, you know what? It had some great design.
did.
It actually did have some very fantastic choreography.
Yeah.
I just think it got the actual flow and pace of bending incorrect.
Yeah.
But then, like, just, that one shot that they did, it didn't add anything, and it made the worst moment in the movie, or all movies, which is the 5 earthbenders doing 75 moves to throw one little rock kind of
At a mile an hour.
not moving.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I don't think it was good. I don't think it really did well for Avatar or anything. But
Yeah.
if you're going to say that that's the worst movie ever, you haven't seen enough worse movies.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
that was
might-
definitely not even.
I think it meets under expectation
It's not
of
even the
what
worst
you want
adaptation.
for
No, it's not.
Avatar.
Yeah.
But there's definitely worse movies out there.
Made for a good reaction. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go watch it literally right now.
True.
But to get down from that low, I'm excited for Avatar Studios. It was a whole studio made just for this, which
Yeah.
is interesting. It's like
Yeah.
Lucasfilm Animation just doing Star Wars,
All right, so let me go through this list, and if it sounds
Okay.
interesting, I will read the little excerpt. If not, I will move on. So we're starting off with scripted dramas.
Okay.
This is all Paramount Plus stuff
'Kay.
that's coming.
Gotcha.
So,
Whole library.
yep, Criminal Minds.
Oh, okay.
Carmen and I
that.
have been watching
I never
a
watched
lot
it,
of
but I
that.
remember that.
So that is, it's returning with a new scripted series that brings the team back together. So,
Yes.
Flashdance.
Flash Dance.
Okay.
Remember the stool pulling a chain and the water
Is that
splashing?
Flash Dance, though?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
So they're making a series about that?
Yep. A young woman struggles to make her mark in ballet world while navigating romance, money, art, friendship, and how to love herself. Award-winning Mad Men writer Tracy McMillan is writing and executive producing the drama series.
That
We
was
need,
like
we need
the-
like two or each of us has like a care, don't care. It'd be interesting to have that as you're saying things,
I mean, you guys can make one.
Nah, too late.
Too late.
Yeah.
And
See,
I'm
that's
lazy.
the first thing I thought of, but I was like, that's not what it was called, was it? But
Yeah.
okay.
Halo.
Okay. We kind of talked about that a little bit. So
Yeah.
the Halo series going there. That's a live action one? Or was that animated? That was a live action one, wasn't
So
it?
far as I know, it's
Live
live
action.
action.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they mentioned that. So we'll do like as soon as you hear it, thumbs up, thumbs down, or you don't care, middle thumb. That's what I'll do.
Or Tell Me More.
Okay.
I'll just
Um,
ask, I'll
is
just
there
ask a
any,
question like
like-
I've been doing.
Okay.
If I
Is
want,
there any
wanna
like
know
casting news for the Halo series?
Not in this article.
Okay,
No.
that's all I was curious about.
Landman.
something. What?
I know nothing about
Landman.
Landman. Is
I
that
don't-
like
I
a
don't know what that
superhero and he can turn into the landscape?
Yep.
Like I'm gonna be like
Is it-
industry, and he just smogs you.
You said it's dramas, right?
Yeah.
So is it like a land shark?
Set in the proverbial boom towns of West Texas, Landman is a modern-day tale of fortune-seeking in the world of oil rigs.
Yes. Right.
I don't know that I'm. I don't know if I'm
expect
interested in
that
that one.
Okay.
Love Story.
Love Story. Is this a sequel to Marriage Story?
There's probably not a sequel to that.
It's a
one, 'cause
prequel.
That
It's-
one. That one.
It's a series based on the award-winning film
Okay.
Love Story.
Yeah. Don't care.
Mayor of Kingstown.
Mayor of Kingstown?
I don't know what that is.
Nah.
Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
Oh,
Yes. Tell me
okay.
more.
I mean, I'm happy for Star Trek fans.
The next installment
I
of the
don't care.
popular Star
Okay.
Trek franchise is based on the years Captain Christopher Pike manned the helm of the USS Enterprise. The series will follow Captain Pike, Science Officer Spock, and Number One in the decade before Captain Kirk boarded the USS
Oh,
Enterprise.
Is Pike someone like from the original series
Yep.
that you kind of
Yes.
Yeah, so-
He's the captain from the pilot that didn't test well with audiences, so they
like? So they're gonna try it again?
Well, it'll be a new actor.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
that was
Pike's
the
also
pilot
was-
to the original series, and then they got William Shatner as the captain,
Yeah.
and it was great.
And then in the J.J. Abrams, new stuff, wasn't Pike like his mentor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he is in the original series as well.
Yeah,
He-
okay, gotcha.
Both of them existed.
So this is going before the original series then.
Yeah, this is the first voyages of the USS Enterprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before Kirk
Before
became.
Kirk, but there's still
captain.
Spock.
Yes.
Yeah, there's still Spock.
Interesting.
Spock was the science officer
I
for
wonder
Pike.
who they'll get to be Spock.
I don't know.
You know.
Keep Zachary Quinto.
I mean, Zachary Quinto does an amazing job.
Yeah.
And Vulcans age slower than humans, so
True.
there's nothing saying that he couldn't.
True. The Italian Job.
Okay. Remakes.
Okay.
Is it a series or is it a movie?
These are all TV series.
All TV series.
Okay.
Okay.
All TV
Interesting.
series.
I've seen the movie, I think, at some point.
So it's like an ongoing,
When the
Heist?
grandchildren of the
Well-
legendary Charlie Crocker inherit his old safety deposit box, the quest for the infamous Italian bullion is reignited.
I think that movie could do well with like some extended elements to it, but it also might be a thing where it's like this is a series, like one series. It's not going to be 5 seasons long.
Like a limited
Yeah.
series.
It might, I don't know. It just depends what they do, because they might want to tell more stories and
Yeah.
branch it out much bigger than
Gotcha.
what Italian Job
I could
is.
see that. Like if they make it like a really deep intrigue and like espionage kind of feel
maybe
to
do
it, you
that.
could stretch it out a little.
It's the movie I'm thinking of, right? There's the Mini Coopers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Is it the same one? Jason Statham,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, that was a remake of a original film that was,
Okay.
but yeah.
I'm thinking of the right one, I think.
I think the casting might have been announced, so I'm trying to look it up real quick.
For Italian Job?
For Star Trek.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear about that.
Anson Mount is Pike.
Okay.
Ethan Peck is Spock.
Ooh,
And Rebecca
haven't heard it.
Romagen is number 1.
Okay.
Who's playing Pike?
Pike is Anson Mount. Anson Mount.
Okay. Yeah, so this is isn't this the guy from Inhumans, Aaron?
Maybe, yeah. The guy
Yeah,
that
didn't
doesn't
he
talk.
play the
I just opened up to look at him. Yeah, I think so.
Black Bolt is what
Black
people are
Bolt,
saying.
Yeah. The guy who,
Okay. Well, you know what? I loved him in that show,
even though he couldn't talk,
but I hated that show.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the guy that whenever he talked, like shit went everywhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
His power is his voice.
I'm Star Trek Discovery.
Rebecca is the original Mystique, apparently.
Oh, Rebecca
Oh,
Romaine.
Rebecca Romaine.
Remain, is that how you say that?
Okay. Well, there goes just my okay.
Okay.
Cool. When you say that, I'm like Rebecca Romaine Stamos. Is it Romaine Stamos anymore? I don't know.
It just says Rebecca, not on IMDb anyway.
Gotcha.
She's gonna be who?
Number
She's gonna
one.
be number 1,
Okay.
which is like the Riker role in,
Yeah.
in Next Gen.
Oh,
It's like
they don't even get names.
CEO, executive commander.
I mean,
Okay.
they might have not like
So-
given
First
her
mate.
character a name yet. I
This
don't
is
know.
the same Spock that's in
Or
Star
Exa,
Trek
rather.
Discovery.
Yes.
Is what they're using for Spock. But I don't.
Okay.
I don't know what. That's the newest one they've done, right? Star Trek Discovery.
Picard's the newest one, right? Or was Discovery after Picard?
I think Discovery's ongoing.
Okay.
So they're taking what's going now and just going back in the past with. If it's a young aging kind of thing that you're talking about, maybe it works out better,
Maybe.
and they can tie those 2 series together. But okay.
Next one is The Man Who Fell to Earth,
Okay.
Is this a Superman?
starring Oscar-nominated and BAFTA winner. Oh man, I cannot read that name at all. Chiwetel. I can't do the last one. Is based on the Walter Tevis novel of the same name and iconic film starring David Bowie. The series will follow a new alien character who arrives at Earth at a turning point in human evolution and must confront his own past to determine our future.
They make a reference to that in Doctor Who.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jodie's first episode was called "The Woman Who Fell to Earth."
Gotcha.
Yeah. Cool.
The Offer.
Don't know what that is.
The Parallax View.
Oh,
Wha-
it's Mordo from Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his first name either.
Chiwetel.
Yeah.
Maybe. Why 1883. Yellowstone spinoff, working title.
Oh, is that the one with Kevin Costner?
Oh,
Yellowstone?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Jancy watches that show.
I thought about watching it. It's like a western, but it looks
like
kind of
Gangster Cowboys.
cool. Something like that. Yeah.
And then from there we move to Kids and Family,
Okay.
which includes Avatar, which we talked about.
Yes,
Okay.
we got some Nickelodeon stuff.
Well, I mean,
then.
yeah. If it's Paramount covering some Nickelodeon things, I wonder if they'll be bringing some things back, or if they're gonna.
Well, yeah, there are some. A new live-action series based on Dora the Explorer.
They
Okay.
attempted a movie with that. I don't know if it did well.
Did that do well? It
don't
came
know.
out,
I
right?
don't know.
A new chapter in iCarly.
Okay.
Okay.
I heard about that.
Camp Coral, SpongeBob's Underyears, the first ever spin-off to SpongeBob SquarePants.
So young SpongeBob.
When he was still attached to the coral.
That's in that like young Sheldon and young Rock, young SpongeBob. Okay.
I don't know if it's on this list. Maybe it is in movies, but also a new SpongeBob movie is supposed to be coming to this thing too.
Well, hopefully it's what is it? Tom Kennedy? Who does SpongeBob's voice?
Tom Kane.
Nope.
No, it is something. Is it Tom Kenny?
That sounds right.
Kenny sounds right.
Yeah, Tom Kenny. Yep.
Rugrats, an all-new series featuring Nick's iconic babies, back together with the original voice cast in new CG animation.
The original voice
Ooh,
cast.
CG.
Dang.
Wow.
Interesting.
I used to watch I watch Rugrats all the time.
Hey man, I like Rugrats.
I even watched when they grew up
Yeah.
and their movies.
Let me.
I like when those babies try to understand complex situations and get them wrong.
Yeah. Or when Chucky just loses his glasses and is scared of everything.
Yeah.
That was a good one too.
let me show you guys
Phil
a
and Lil
picture.
being gross.
Yeah.
Rick, can you?
Or how Tommy Pickles always has the answer in his diaper.
Or how they have a Godzilla named Reptar.
Ah, I love
Yeah.
Reptar.
Or
how
how
they're-
sad Phil Pickles' life really is and how he seems depressed.
and he can never invent anything
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah.
Or how they're afraid of the sunbird.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Here it comes
Or
the
how when
sunbird.
they tried to comprehend the concept of
Doo-doo.
God and called him Bob.
Yeah.
Well, we're really throwing some Rugrats deep cuts, Aaron.
Yeah. I loved it. It was so good.
It was a good show.
You know, I've heard all of those things before.
There's the.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Spike. That's the dog's
Man, that
name.
definitely looks a little more CGI'd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the original art, but it's 3D-ified.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it. What was the neighbor girl's name? I forget.
She was introduced later, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
And then
her
Chucky,
name.
didn't Chucky also get a sister that was introduced in a movie?
Yeah.
Susie?
Was Susie her name? Okay.
That's what everybody's
Susie-
saying.
yeah,
I don't
Susie.
know.
Susie something.
Yeah, it was Susie. She was kind of. She's more like Angelica's age, right?
Yeah. She was an older kid.
Should be good.
We're back.
Yep.
Next
Doug,
show.
Alert! No sound! No sound!
We're
No,
back.
no,
We're
it's
back.
definitely fixed.
We
No,
fixed
yeah,
it.
I'm just reading chat.
The next show in Kids and Family, Star Trek Prodigy,
Okay.
So cartoon for kids?
animated.
Okay.
It's not like
Is that can I not say cartoon? Is that like offensive now or
No,
okay.
no, it's
I just
Yeah,
said a
it's
cartoon's like
offensive.
animated. I'm like, sorry.
Well, Castlevania's not for kids, right?
There was a Star Trek cartoon before.
Was there?
Yeah, absolutely.
there's one that's currently being produced, isn't there? It's like Lower Decks, I think is what it's called.
I don't know. There's
Oh, that's like
It's-
a comedy show.
That's like a
Yeah.
adult comedy, yeah.
maybe, but no. I mean, way back, there was a Star Trek cartoon.
Was there?
I'm almost positive.
Okay. I mean, I
I'm
believe
not
it.
making this up.
No,
There
There
it's-
was a Star Trek the animated
There's the
series in
Droids cartoon.
1973.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
it.
But I'd never watched that. But maybe that wasn't like for kids. Like maybe that was.
It had 2 seasons on Sci-Fi. 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. These
must
guys,
have liked it.
they're drawn as like that's Captain Kirk. It looks like from
Yeah,
like, what
well,
I've seen. That's
It's the animated series that's based on
yeah,
the original
no,
series.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like they look pretty good.
Yep.
And then perhaps the most perplexing, a live action take on the Fairly Odd Parents.
Ooh, what?
Yeah.
What is there any
Casting?
casting for it or anything yet?
Let me see.
Live action,
that song.
Fairly Odd.
I wonder if they'll
Parents?
make their heads big and weird.
A movie or a show?
I think it's a show.
Huh.
For kids?
Let's see here.
I hope they keep the song.
I didn't even realize there was a movie. Did you know there was a movie with Drake Bell as Timmy Turner?
No.
Yeah, it came out in 2011.
A live,
anything
wait,
about
a live
that.
action movie?
Yeah.
I think I'd heard about that a little bit.
I feel like I saw
never
the
watched
same
the show,
10
so I didn't
episodes
watch
of
the
Fairly Odd
movie.
Parents like 100 times, and that's it.
I don't think I remember this.
I definitely
What
do
in the
not
world?
remember this. I can't find any casting for the show
Huh.
with a quick Google search.
I wonder if that's the route they're gonna go because they have like
Parents, Fairly
CGI
Odd
fairies.
Parents. Wait, they have CG. Where's this at?
I will show.
Show.
There's like real people, but the fairies are like CGI'd.
So it's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I mean, there's like a mixture of the two. Yeah.
This one's
So
kinda
it could be
blurry,
similar to
but-
that. I wonder how many. Is it only the one?
Somebody said there's 3 movies.
All right, let me see here.
I see something about summer, so I think there's at least 2. Yeah.
I think I hate
The Fairly Odd
it.
Parents film series. Yeah. Fairly Odd Movie, Fairly Odd Christmas, and a Fairly Odd Summer.
I think that's a no for me, dog. I don't know. Maybe it'll be awesome,
But
nah.
but Cosmo, Eric,
Yeah,
was voiced by
Mhm.
Jason Alexander.
he's good, but he might not be that good. He's great.
Just listen to the movie.
Yeah,
Who does he do?
Who? Jason Alexander?
George Costanza.
He does.
Oh,
He does
okay.
Cosmo.
yeah.
Yeah, but where else do I know him from? Was my real
Oh.
question I should have asked.
I am open to feeling bad about my judgment.
Okay. That's good.
You're open to it?
Yep.
Are we interested at all in reality shows?
Not really.
Okay,
I mean, not unless
It
it's
depends.
like, like The Greatest Hunt and we're hunting people or something.
I mean, I recognize a few of these names, but there's nothing here that
Is there any Great British Baking Show?
No.
Nothing like that.
No.
Is there any like
I mean,
Catfish or
some of them
anything?
sound kind of funny. So there's Big Brother live feeds.
Big Brother.
Yeah.
Is that still around?
Yeah.
So is that just literally like it's Big Brother, but you can just tap it and it's live?
It says exclusive pass to the show where fans have the opportunity to watch all the action inside the Big Brother
Oh my
house.
God! You have like,
Yeah.
oh shit! I don't. Give
It's
a
that
shit.
joke
Wait,
that we
I do
made
not
about
Is it
care.
what we
putting.
talk about doing for Blind Wave? Where it's
Yeah.
like, let's just put cameras. They can look at it 24-hour feed. They can see what's going on at the wave gate.
Yep.
But there's no
That's-
audio.
That's
Dating,
terrible.
It's like the 420 cam then.
Yeah, but it's all over them. They can look at it whenever they wanted to.
Huh, how about that? So we gotta do like make a poll. Does people want to see Big Brother Blind Wave?
I'll give you this one at least. Dating naked, the most vulnerable social experiment returns to bring dating back to its most honest, unguarded, and naked form.
See,
Can these modern daters strip back their preconceived notions, carefully curated image, and their clothes to reveal their true selves and find love?
so you go on a first date, but you're naked.
Yeah.
See,
It's-
the thing
it's just
is
selling
that, like,
sex.
I think well, that's stupid. But then I'm like, I might watch one. You know, I want to see
Yeah.
what that's like. But then I end up watching. I'm like, I feel like I wasted my time. It's like when I get KFC. I'm like, man, this is great as I'm eating it, and then I'm done. I'm like, this is bullshit. I shouldn't eat this.
Oh, there goes
What?
that KFC
Eric?
sponsorship.
I know.
When do you
Damn
ever
it.
think about that?
I do.
Because he's not full.
I sometimes after like after like just a good meal, you're like, man, it was a great meal. But sometimes after KFC, I'm just like, it's a
This
mistake.
was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
So I'm going to move on to comedy.
Okay.
Okay.
This one has me pretty excited, I have to
Okay.
say.
All right.
It's
More than the naked dating.
it's a big one.
Okay.
I would watch an episode of Naked Dating, I think. Just out of curiosity.
Sure.
Sounds like
I'd
something
watch that
Carmen's gonna
episode.
watch.
This show's coming back.
Okay.
Frasier.
Oh,
Dr. Fraser Crane.
Yeah.
Holy
What?
shit!
Wasn't that
Casting
I-
news
I
now.
love Frasier. Well,
Yeah.
it's gonna, from what I read before, I read another article about it. It's gonna have as many as the living cast members as possible.
Okay.
Oh,
we did
that's
lose their
amazing.
father
Wasn't that a
a
Kelsey?
while ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kelsey Grammer.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
it
he
was,
is
it was a
coming back.
spinoff of Cheers, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
love
crazy.
Love Frasier.
Yeah,
That's
Frasier
amazing.
has like a pretty healthy fan base, so that makes sense that they would do that. I'm surprised that he would go back to it, but that's cool.
Carmen says, "Excuse you, I'd rather watch Love Islands. Thank you."
Love Island was another one that was on the list that I skipped over.
There you
Oh.
go, Carmen.
I don't know what that one is.
It's basically they put like
It's an extension of a existing reality show.
hyper, like preppy, attractive people.
A group
On
of
an-
single people move to a luxury villa in hope of finding love and the summer of their life.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, when I hear stuff like that, I just like think about the idea that, when you're a kid and someone said like, "Hey, I'm on a TV show," you're like, "Oh my God, that's crazy. It's really special. You must be really talented." But then they have that kind of thing. It's like, oh, there's so many people like that now with all these shitty reality shows.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not that special anymore.
It seems like you have to be a shitty, like backstabbing person to get on those shows.
I mean, that's
because
that's who you want.
that causes drama.
Yeah.
It makes it like more exciting to watch or whatever. But I just hate those people.
There's a wrestler, Darby Allin. for AEW. Like one of his first things was he was on a reality show, and it was about like, craziest first date stories or whatever. And his was like they would hire actors to like portray the events for the thing, And the one he was portraying was like this couple had sex, and then all of a sudden they realized they were having sex on a beehive. So he's just like running naked, being chased by bees.
What?
Stupid. That's what happens. You don't wear clothes on your date.
All right, next one. Also a return that no one knew they needed, maybe.
All right.
Grease, The Rise of the Pink Ladies.
A comedy?
Yeah, this is a comedy show, I think.
Okay.
With both classic and new songs and a diverse cast, this series is a prequel to the unforgettable musical film Grease. It tells the story of how Frenchie's older sister Jane founded the Pink Ladies.
This is how the Pink Ladies get founded before the events of Grease, and then you have Grease 2. And okay.
The only reason I'm not like is that my mom loved Grease.
Really?
She literally went and saw it in the theaters like 50 times.
Wow.
So out of respect, I'm saying.
You don't like Grease?
I've never seen it.
Oh,
no,
really?
I mean I think it's okay, but I don't need more.
How do you feel about Grease 2?
No.
I've never seen it.
It's okay. It has a sexual reproduction song.
I remember watching Grease 2 and thinking it was like a parody or like a
I
joke.
thought you were gonna do reproduction, do
No.
reproduction.
There's literally a song in there. Me and my sister laughed about it so much because it was a song about sexual reproduction. Like, where
Was it in
does
like
the pollen go?
Oh, so it was like high school health class.
It was in their health class, and like the kids
Okay.
are going crazy, and the teacher can't control them all and stuff, and they're talking about sex basically,
gosh.
and it was just a funny thing. I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
I like Mr. Wright's take. That's stupid. I will probably still end up watching it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
And the next one is Guilty Party,
Okay.
a dark comedy starring Kate Beckinsale as a discredited journalist who finds herself in over her head when she latches onto a story of a young mother sentenced to life in jail for murdering her husband, a crime she claims she did not commit.
Said this is a comedy?
This one in particular is a dark comedy.
Dark comedy.
I'd be down for that.
But these are all comedies. Inside Amy Schumer.
I don't want to go there.
So
Not
you're
my
saying
thing.
that's a thumbs down?
Reno 911.
Wah!
The Hunt for QAnon.
Yes!
The Hunt for
Oh my God.
Reno 911
Oh
is
my-
so good, and
Really?
they got
Oh
on
my
that.
gosh.
What's that one service that was happening where they had like vertical video for like 5 minutes or something like that? They were doing that. I'm like, motherfuckers, don't do that. Do a real Reno 911.
Oh, you're
that
talking
sounds
about
perfect.
Quibi or whatever?
That's kind of cool though.
I'm watching that.
I didn't watch a lot of Reno 911. I caught a little bit here and there,
Oh,
but
man.
I love the tagline there. That'd be
Reno 911 is so great just because, like, it is what reality shows say they're not, which is scripted, loosely, where they're like, all right, hey, we're going to come in. You're the drug dealer. I'm the this. A lady's going to come out and hit you. Go.
Wait, it was
Yeah.
a reality show?
It wasn't a reality
No.
show. What I'm
Okay.
saying is that it's improv actors just doing shit.
Oh,
they would have
really?
a loose idea of stuff, but all the dialogue, all the interactions, it's the actors just bouncing off each other. It's what made it so great. Like, and they
I
would
might
just
have to-
film a bunch of shit. And the Rear 911 movie in Miami is really good too.
I might have to watch it at some point because I've never seen.
There's
like,
some classic
I think
stuff.
I've seen like clips and parts of a few
Yeah.
things here and there, but I can't tell you a
They have some
character's name or nothing.
fantastic recurring characters, and it's really funny too because all the actors that play the cops, like they can get away with just playing other characters because they just blur their face, you know. So it's like that's so obviously her, you know. But then they just have that character being a recurring character with a blurred face.
That's funny.
It's fucking
See,
brilliant, man.
I never got. I've never seen Reno 911,
Yeah.
and I never got it. Why the big hype and everything?
Yeah.
So, after your description of it, I might check it out. Actually,
It's such a fun show, but watch it in the way that you would watch like, you know, Whose Line Is It Anyway, more than you would a reality show.
yeah.
But it's supposed to be cops, just funny.
Okay.
I wonder how a show like that would be translated after, you know, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We've heard is going to be different, you know, after recent events and stuff. But I hope it's not changed at all. Going after QAnon, man, that's so funny.
The Hunt
The Hunt.
for QAnon. Next one is The Game.
It's time to change the game.
The
No.
Triple H?
No. The popular BET sitcom returns with a mix of original cast and new players, and will offer a
wait a
modern-day examination
Okay.
of black culture through the prism
Okay.
of pro football.
Interesting.
Okay.
The Harper House.
Harper House. Don't know anything.
It's an animated show. The Weekly Show with Trevor Noah, working title.
Okay.
Okay.
Trevor Noah will star in and produce an initial 6-episode series looking at stories across the societal landscape and talk with the people behind the headlines. People you know, people you don't know, and people you didn't even know you didn't know.
Cool.
I probably would
right.
watch that.
Yeah, I would watch that, definitely.
The last series I have for comedy is Younger.
Younger with Hilary Duff?
Stars Lisa Miller.
Okay.
Probably Liza.
Well, Hilary Duff isn't the star of Younger, I don't think.
A talented editor navigating the highly competitive world of publicizing.
Sounds like the Hilary Duff
Publishing.
Younger thing that I'm thinking of.
Is this like a remake or a continuation of an older show?
It just describes it.
It's
It
just-
doesn't.
it's new? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say. Darren stars critically acclaimed smash hit Younger. Follows Liza Miller, a talented editor navigating the highly competitive world of publishing. Ready to move on?
Like I didn't know if it was like a remake of a
Who's
show
it starring,
called
Rick, as Liza?
This is Sutton Foster.
Sutton Foster? Okay, yeah. So it's the same one. That's the current Younger one. It stars Sutton Foster. Hilary Duff is in it.
Okay.
It's like one of the co-stars with it. But it might just be transitioning over there.
So it's a sequel to Younger?
It might be. Like, it's going to be older.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shouldn't it be older?
But they've had
Like,
7
is it a
seasons.
series called Young and now it's Younger?
They've had 7 seasons so far, I think. Nope, 6 seasons. So the
Okay.
7th season might be the one going there, maybe.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going to diss on Lizzie, okay?
I won't let. I don't care.
These are comedy movies.
Comedy movies.
Untitled Beavis and Butthead movie.
That you could do
That's
that.
coming back.
You could do that.
I never watched it, and I never got it.
Sure.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I don't think it's for me,
Weirdly enough, you had to watch it to get it.
I guess.
I just love them watching music videos. That was
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah. And then a Workaholics movie.
Oh, okay, that would be good. Workaholics, a television show. You ever watch that? That one's really good. That's a good comedy show.
Haven't.
No?
Don't know it. That's why I'm not funny.
All right.
Probably.
I didn't watch enough comedy shows.
True.
Reno 911. Didn't see it.
Younger though. You're all
Never
over
seen
that.
Borat.
Yep. No, I never seen Borat. I did hear that. Who's the actor that plays Borat?
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah,
How do you say his
Sacha
name?
Baron Cohen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cohen. Yes.
I heard that he has said that he's no longer going to do a Borat anything anymore. That
Yeah.
he had too much time of like, with it being so improv and people not knowing what's going on, like too many situations that he just didn't necessarily want to be in. There was times
It's
he was
not
wearing,
safe.
There's times he was wearing a bulletproof vest
Yeah.
to be able to do the things he was doing and
For
stuff.
the new movie, he lived with these 2 redneck guys that were like super Trump for like 3 weeks. Just to keep staying character and keep like,
Yeah.
people were like, that can't be real, is it? He's like, no, I lived with them.
So yeah, he was like, "There's not going to be any more Borat movies. I'm done with it
Yeah,
now."
that makes
But
sense. I mean,
Yeah.
at a certain point, it's just so big, he has to keep changing the characters, you know?
Yeah. Next category is music.
Okay.
Music.
Well, MTV, I think, is part of Paramount.
I mean,
Okay.
that hasn't done music in years.
Behind the Music is returning.
I watched that.
Okay.
From Cradle to Stage.
Wasn't that VH1? Yeah, okay, never mind.
VH1 Behind the Music?
Yeah.
Or MTV Behind the Music? Maybe
Was
they
it-
both had one.
I don't think they both. I think it was just VH1.
I don't know.
It says Behind the Music is back. The groundbreaking and prolific music documentary series returns with special new episodes
Okay.
and Best of Vault Remastered.
Gotcha.
From Cradle to Stage, Unplugged.
Unplugged was good.
I like
Unplugged
Unplugged.
was really good.
I like that a lot.
Never heard of any of these.
Unplugged was just like it was an acoustic concert,
Yeah.
pretty much.
They're
Okay.
like, here is this band with
Like,
no power.
Nirvana
No.
Unplugged is
So was
So
it
good,
like
yeah.
oh, what was it? Tiny desk interviews or something like that, where they just have like a small like gig in like a bookshop or whatever.
I
mean,
remember shots of it.
I feel like the Unplugged I saw
like that.
before wasn't like in. It was like in a little stage area and stuff that they had, but it wasn't like in a public location or anything. Usually.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Adelphia
Tiny
here.
Desk concert.
Yeah,
NPR.
that's what I was thinking of.
But no, I mean like.
Korn had a good one too.
I feel like they had a few different ones, but like it was just you had an acoustic guitar, you could have like drums and stuff and whatever, but it was just like you didn't have electric guitars, and it was just it was their songs, but just a little different.
You could do that, or you could do the exact opposite, like Metallica did, and have a full orchestra.
Sure.
Seems like this is going to be sporadic. It says several times a year.
Yeah.
MTV Unplugged events featuring some of the world's biggest artists.
Okay.
Yo, MTV Raps.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
I'm waiting for Cribs to show back up.
MTV Cribs. Those were all fake. Everybody who was on that
Here's where the
show
magic
admitted,
happens.
like, yeah, I just went over to my buddy's house. He's got this really cool thing.
CBS All Access originals to continue as Paramount Plus originals.
Okay.
So No Activity, Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Lower Decks, Star Trek Picard, Stephen Colbert presents Tuning Out the News, The Good Fight, and Why Women Kill are all just moving
Okay.
to this new platform.
Oh, well, that makes me wonder then the younger thing then, because if that doesn't sound like it's a moving thing then. Anyway.
Sports. You guys want to hear about sports?
Go.
Not really.
I'll do the up and down.
The NFL on CBS,
Nah.
the
No.
Masters,
Nah.
NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship,
Nah.
No.
PGA Tour,
Yeah.
No.
SEC on CBS,
No.
the PGA Championship,
No.
National Women's Soccer League.
Yeah.
Wait,
You-
PGA? Tiger got in an accident.
Poor Tiger.
He needs to recover.
I
hope he's doing okay.
I hope he's doing okay. I'm not trying to
No, yeah. I heard that accident was
I
terrible.
wish violence on no one or injury.
I hope he gets better at that.
When was that? I hadn't heard about
Like
that.
2 days ago.
Yeah, like
He got
it
a
was,
car accident.
Really?
He had to be like
It was his
Life
last.
flighted?
he had to
this
be
last
he
week.
had to get like the jaws of life cut out.
Oh,
and
shit.
They put a
Yeah.
pin in his leg or something.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
It was a car accident and stuff. Like he's
Yeah.
got injured a lot. He's okay, I think though. So
Hope he's okay. Dang. Yeah, I hadn't heard about that.
You
You know it's weird. I like going and watching a game. I don't like watching on television.
really,
I don't
Yeah.
like either.
I
It might be
only
because like I played football. I never got to go to a football game. That I like going to a football game. I don't really like watching it on television.
I only like watching like 1 year's craziest clips
Well,
at a time. Like it's an 8-minute video,
Sure.
and it's just the craziest things that happened that year. and
Yeah,
that's
I
all.
mean,
Just the best
definitely,
bits cut out.
I like highlights. Like I'm subscribed to the sports subreddit where it's just like, hey, amazing feats of physical triumph. You know, like that's awesome to watch. I just don't really follow any specific sport. You know?
Yeah.
My sports fill every 2 years with the Olympics.
Sure. Yeah, I
The
get
summer
you.
and then the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Except for sumo.
Sure.
Sumo for life.
You're a tennis fan? Name every tennis player.
UEFA Championships League. There's a bunch of those. It's U.S. soccer.
Oh, okay.
There's some 3 other soccer ones that have Spanish names. I'm not sure if they'll be broadcasted in English and Spanish.
okay.
News, 60 Minutes, 48 Hours Original The Lie Detector. It's a bunch of documentaries. I don't know if we want to go over those.
Nope.
Some of them seem kind of cool. And then it just says Paramount Plus to feature robust collection of films.
Okay.
So, let's see here. Select upcoming films from Paramount Pictures will have their streaming debut on Paramount Plus immediately following a theatrical release window of 30 to 45 days, including A Quiet Place 2.
Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna be debuting there.
Interesting.
Immediately following a theatrical release window
follow.
of 30 to 45 days.
See,
okay.
that is so much smarter, I feel like, than what HBO is doing, where they put it up for a month and then it goes to theaters.
Well, no, isn't it? I thought it goes to theaters and it's on HBO Max for 30 days.
Yeah.
And it's down.
And then it
still
goes
in
well,
theaters.
exactly. Like I like the idea of it going to theaters and then coming on to this 30 days later.
Just faster, right?
Yeah, just make it faster. That's a great idea. I don't like that it goes away off of HBO Max. Is what I mean. You know?
Sure. I get you.
A Quiet Place, Part 2.
Man, Quiet
Okay.
Place 2.
Paw Patrol, the movie.
Ooh.
Mission Impossible 7.
7.
yeah, he's been
I-
filming that for a while.
I need to watch the last 6.
Oh, you need to watch 6.
I mean, that one was. I'm not even a Mission Impossible fan. I think I've seen 1, 2, and that one, and that was one of the best movies I'd ever seen in a theater.
Yeah, it was
Just because of
so
the
good.
spectacle. And Henry Cavill cocking his arms. Which he didn't do in the movie, but the trailer was so good.
Other key titles arriving on Paramount Plus in 2022 following their theatrical runs. Snake Eyes, Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Snake
dog.
Eyes is in G.I. Joe.
Yes.
Ooh, Ray Park probably got some.
Cool
stuff.
Who's gonna be Snake Eyes? Because he was
Yeah.
Snake Eyes in the old G.I. Joe movie.
Better keep him, or I'm
Try
not
to look.
ever gonna watch. I don't really care too much. I want him to get as much work as he can.
Yes.
Well, didn't he? I thought he had something recently that he posted for Snake Eyes, but yeah, it would be cool.
Is it called Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm looking at Snake Eyes 2021 film casting in August 2019. Henry Golding was cast to star in the title role. So
Chat says Henry Golding.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So I don't see a.
Well, that
see old
sucks.
Ray. 'Cause I remember that being another role that he had where it's like, well, there's another one where you can't see his face. You know, like you never get to see who
And
he
Darth
was.
Maul, you can't see. That you can't see. Sleepy Hollow, he has no head.
He has no head. Yeah. Toad was the
Toad,
closest.
you can see him in Toad.
That's
yeah.
the closest one.
That's true.
And then you had the lamest fight with Storm I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my gosh.
But I found out what
Yeah.
happened.
You cast Ray Park, and that's how you have his fight?
I found out what happened with lightning when it strikes a toad, though.
Yeah, you did find out.
You,
Man, that was a
you
lame
didn't
part
need
of
to
that
know
movie.
that.
I did
Because it's the
apparently.
same as everything else.
Well, I didn't know that part of it either.
Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick. So it's gonna be there. That's cool. Okay.
Sonic
Okay.
the Hedgehog 2.
Ooh,
Interesting.
2 with tails, because tails pop out and it's gonna be fun, right?
Yeah, who would they? Someone said that someone was casted for. I was like, who? That guy for a Sonic movie, but I can't remember what it was now.
For a Sonic movie.
Yeah.
Like not for voices, but like in the movie.
No, I think it was voices. What was it?
I'm looking to chat.
What's Knuckles? He's the badass one, right?
Oh, Knuckles is gonna be in it too. That'd
Knuckles
be
is
cool.
either the badass one or the super dumb one, depending on what Sonic you're watching.
Oh yeah, Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
This is gonna be
What?
Knuckles.
Nice.
Why
Yeah.
would you hate that?
No, I didn't hate it.
Oh, okay.
I meant like that's a thing that I remember. Like I couldn't remember it.
That's awesome.
It's a thing that I remember, but I couldn't remember.
Exactly. I need a remember.
Oh my gosh.
All that Star Wars studying. Pushing everything else
you know,
out.
it really is.
Transformers 7.
Oh, okay. I wonder if that's gonna take into account Bumblebee and stuff, and kind of because that was supposed to be like, rebooting things.
People
Yeah.
said they really liked Bumblebee.
I like Bumblebee. I thought it
I
was
haven't
pretty
I
seen
liked
it.
Bumblebee.
Rick liked Bumblebee.
I did.
Rick hated all the Transformer movies.
I mean, I had John Cena, so that helped.
that does
Dang.
help. I can't deny that. I hope he stays in it.
I need to watch it then.
No, Bumblebee was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. It was on several reaction movie things, and they never did well. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, screw it. I'm gonna watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing.
I'll just watch it then.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
D&D.
Oh, man. That first movie was something. I
Yeah, it
watched it
was.
a long time. I watched that on pay-per-view back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old pay-per-view. You invite all your friends and neighbors over.
I watched it alone.
No. Never mind.
So did I.
I'm glad I
Wait,
did.
it starred Jeremy Irons,
It did.
Yeah.
Jeremy Irons.
Oh my God, it did.
Marlon Wayne.
He had like the black lipstick.
Yep.
Dude, Chris Pine's supposed to be in this new one.
Okay. Good.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Scream.
Now, like,
Sorry.
when you do a D&D movie, I mean, D&D is just you're playing your own adventure, right? Like, is there like is it just in that world? I
So
guess
there are campaign settings
Yeah.
that have like lore and stories.
Sure.
And there are novels
Yeah.
as well.
Dritz.
Yep. Just
Dritz has some novels. He's like an elf and stuff, or a drow.
Yeah,
I think. actually.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
R.A.
there's
Salvatore.
some storylines and lore behind some characters and stuff. But
Okay.
if you don't want to deal with any of that, you can just do like make your own story, your own world, and all that.
yeah, that's
But
the good stuff.
There is a general like story world you can be in too.
And the cartoon was like kids got transported into their D&D game.
Okay.
So maybe they'll go that route too.
Kind of in a Jumanji fashion.
Jumanji.
Yeah. But pre-Jumanji, actually.
Pre-Jumanji.
Yeah, the cartoon was before Jumanji. I'm almost positive.
Really?
But I mean, you also had like Captain N, right? That Nintendo cartoon where kids went to the video game.
Yeah. Freddy Krueger.
Scream.
Scream.
I don't know if I need
Scream 5.
another Scream in my life, but
Scream 5 then, right? Isn't there already 4 of them?
Or it's a reboot.
I've been doing studies.
Wasn't Jay and Silent Bob in a Scream movie?
I only ever saw the first one.
I have a.
I don't know.
No, I think I've seen the second one. I think I've seen.
I think I've seen the second one
heard
too.
Scream,
Actually,
Jay and
Wait, which
Silent-
movie is it where there's that line thing?
Yeah,
And
there's
it's
like a line.
They were in Scream 3.
They're in Scream 3, and yeah, it's like a line at a movie studio, and they're there, which is hilarious because they were at the movie studio in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, I mean I remember Scream 1. I don't know if I remember Scream 2 at all, and I don't think I've really seen 3. But I've heard 4 was supposed to be pretty good.
I think I've seen 1 and 2.
So if this is gonna be a reboot or a continuation or what? I mean, it's being called Scream again. So I don't know,
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I like the series. I love the first one.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that you say that there's so many Scream movies because that tends to be what horror is, and Scream was kind of like an examination of horror, you know?
Sure,
So that
yeah.
makes sense.
and then it turned
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
what it was trying to examine.
Yeah, that seems strange to me. But, maybe, I don't know. I've never seen them, so I can't say.
Paramount Picture recent titles will be available, and it lists a bunch of those.
Okay.
So like Bumblebee, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wasn't Shaggy the bad guy in Scream?
Well, if someone hasn't seen
Spoilers.
it, then you don't want to tell anybody. But I don't think that singer was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was on the counter though. No, wait, it wasn't him.
Wasn't me.
Additionally, Paramount Pictures announced an agreement with Epix to make thousands of movie titles from a wide variety of studios available.
Thousands.
Beginning late spring, the service will stream some of the most popular films and film franchises of all time, including films from the James Bond and Hunger Games series,
Okay.
The Addams Family, The Avengers,
The Avengers. Wait,
and more.
the one that Calvin always talks about?
I never talk about it.
I
I
don't
just
know.
make
The
jokes.
damn Avengers movie with Uma Thurman.
I've
and
never seen it.
You're just saying that because it's British.
he talks about it all the time.
I don't.
I don't know that you lead with that, The Avengers, but I guess they could have The Avengers too. Like,
Wait, didn't you just say Avengers?
The Avengers, yeah. But I mean, that could be Marvel's Avengers, right?
No.
Why would that be on Paramount?
That would be on Disney Plus.
It wouldn't be on Paramount.
Marvel's owned by Disney.
Well, I know, but it doesn't have to be exclusive. Like there's still Marvel stuff on Netflix, right?
That's
Okay.
true.
Okay, I see
Yeah,
what you're
I
saying.
suppose so.
Maybe. I mean, that would be a bigger thing to have, but you just have Disney Plus.
Yeah. Let's see here.
But what about the people who don't have Disney Plus? You still want to get money from them.
I think that's it. It's a lot.
That's a lot from Paramount. A whole
That is
new
a lot.
streaming service. Obviously, the Avatar is far and away the most exciting thing.
Frasier's close.
Frasier's remarkably good. Yeah. I remember
love
being a kid
Frasier.
and being like, I don't really like this, but then being a little older and watching the whole thing all at once. So
There's ownership things with Disney, Marvel, and Paramount.
I know there is with Incredible Hulk, definitely.
Ownership things as far as like
Well, no,
negotiations.
Incredible Hulk is Universal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
After all, last October they announced that reached an agreement under which Paramount will transfer its worldwide marketing and distribution rights to Disney for Marvel Studios, The Avengers, and Iron Man 3. Under terms of the new deal, Disney will pay Paramount $115 million for the transfer of the distribution rights to Iron Man 3 and The Avengers to be paid on the theatrical release dates. These monies will serve. This is from 2011, but there was ownership there, so maybe because
They gotta
of,
be careful with that because Fox was doing that stuff with Disney, and Disney just bought them.
Sure. So I mean, maybe
Be
there's
careful.
some stuff with that they are still able to have it, or maybe they're just like, hey, can we use that again? They're like, yeah, sure. You guys weren't behind it before. I don't
Gotcha.
know. So there was something there before with that. But no, I mean that's cool. I mean, I'll see. I mean, I feel like there's gonna be streaming services popping up all over the place now. So I don't know what to expect with.
Well, and some of them are consolidating. Like WWE Network is going to Peacock.
Sure, and then
Makes
there's
sense.
when HBO Max came out, it also absorbed the DC thing. Like it pulled up some of that. But I think with like the CBS Access stuff, like I know like shows like Big Bang Theory and stuff are on HBO Max. I'm pretty sure the CBS shows those might be going to Paramount as well,
Yeah.
or instead of. So there might be some things switching around and stuff over time. But I wonder if this is a Paramount picture, will HBO Max be able to have it, or is it going to be strictly? Are they going to keep it on their Paramount? Plus.
All right. Well, before we move on, Aaron, let's do a little sound test. Can you put
Play some kind of music or something?
and whatever's on your main screen, I'm gonna see too.
Whatever's on my main screen. Hang on, let me Get rid of this.
Well,
stuff. I don't
while
wanna
they
show that.
do that, we did have a couple other Disney Plus announcements in terms of just like some release dates come out. So I'm super excited that Bad Batch is going to be coming out on May 4th, which it's coming out on May 4th, and then the following Friday, the second episode, and then it'll continue on Friday from there. Because May 4th this year, when is that? That's like a Tuesday or something. So, or a Thursday, I'm sorry. So we'll actually get nope, that's March. I'm a fool. May 4th is a Tuesday. I was right. And then that following Friday will be the next, and then it'll continue on Friday from there. So I'm excited for that.
I'm going to switch over.
Is that my...
Huh? Don't worry about what it is.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, March 19th. We knew that. The Mighty Ducks is getting the show come out March 26th.
Oh, wait, I have more music playing, too.
What is going on?
A
There we
doorbell.
go.
It's so loud in here. I don't know for you guys if it is or not. High School Musical. Loki will be premiering June 11th. Excited for that.
Is there any new announcements, or just like when they're coming out?
Just when things are coming out. So, Aaron, you're going to be getting up some of the bits and donations.
I am.
Also, everybody, remember, here in about 28 minutes, we're going to be starting the PlayStation event as well. So, the State of Play. So, stick around.
Stick around.
But we better get the audio fixed before then.
Yes, we do. We need to do that.
No, you can't have Obi Harry Parther. No. Trying to take my puppy. I love my puppy.
Is that Harry Parther Weasley?
Maybe.
Oh.
All right, this is going to be some meta stuff here. All right, let me read off some of this stuff over here. We have Hilding, who cheered 200 bits, said, weekly loving.
Thank you, Hildy.
Thank you, Hilding.
Guardsman resubscribed for 9 months.
Is that Guardsman Nate?
Just says Guardsman 11-7
Oh, thank
or
you.
117 or
Thank you,
117. Carl 4 resubscribed for 21 months.
Thank you.
Darkwing has resubscribed for 11 months on an 11-month streak.
Darkwing Duck.
JoJo in Space resubscribed for 12 months. 12 months, that's like a year or something. Here's to another one.
Thank you,
12
JoJo.
months.
Lanky Rambo resubscribed for 10 months, saying 2 more months until I get that sweet, sweet blue logo badge.
Yes.
Unhand Me Priest resubscribed for 26 months.
Thank you, Priest.
Tintin Who cheered 500 bits.
Thank you, Tintin.
Happy Dame resubscribed for 20 months. Hi, Blind Wave. How are you all this fine day?
Thank you, Dame.
Very
the
good.
Noble Wolf resubscribed for 13 months on a 2-month streak, saying yay.
Awoo.
Joshua Bindelock has resubscribed for 8 months. You guys are awesome and always make my day amazing. That's all. Well,
Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua.
Crashing Coyote resubscribed 11 months on a 6-month streak. Technically been subbed since season 7 of Arrow premiered, but had to make multiple accounts. And are you guys going to react to Walking Dead? It premiered last Sunday, and I noticed you didn't react to it yet. Or
So-
are you waiting / sticking to the TV episode schedule?
Yeah, we're going to be sticking to the schedule that is so that everybody is able to watch it, not just people that have early access. Just think that's probably the better way to do it. We don't want to feel like we're taking advantage of an early access release and then people that want to watch it then can't watch it. So we'll probably just be sticking with this normal schedule.
Okay.
They
we
hear music.
have-
Audio good.
Does it sound good?
They say music is
People said they can hear sound. It's music.
What?
Music is good.
All right,
Audio.
it's your computer's fucked up.
good. Okay.
My computer.
And we just have this lovely wall,
I'll just do mine.
pink wall.
Well, I wanted to hide stuff.
You hid
Oh,
things.
I opened things to show so that you could have showed some amazing Smash Brothers gameplay.
All right. So good. I think we're good.
Okay.
Do you want to finish reading before we react to these videos?
And we
Or
can
should we
react.
come back to it?
We can come back to it. I have it clicked here, so I know where I left off.
See, us blaming Aaron is correct.
No, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I could have. I mean, all this stuff was plugged in. Maybe if I would have restarted my computer at some point, but I fixed the audio the first time. I didn't work on this audio.
Yeah.
All right.
Should have fixed it.
You told me you fixed it.
I didn't.
All right. Well, Yeah, let's get up our video files. Eric, which one are we going to start with?
Let's see. I think that we should start with this System Shock official teaser. Because when I said, hey, there's this thing out, and you guys were like, what? I'm not really familiar. What is System Shock?
So System Shock, have you heard of BioShock?
Yep.
So System Shock is the first game in that series.
Oh, okay.
Created by Warren Spector. System Shock, System Shock 2, some of the best games ever made.
Gotcha.
Carmen. BioShock.
Yes, if you like BioShock, in my opinion, System Shocks are far superior. And I quite like the first BioShock. But
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
So exciting, but they are old.
Yeah.
Carmen.
So like, not everyone's going to be able to
System
go back to those in their original form and get out of them what I get out of them.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, we are about to have a live trailer reaction to System Shock official teaser trailer. So I got mine up. You guys got yours up?
Yep. I'm hovering the space bar to push
Yep.
the button.
Rick is frantically doing things, so I'm assuming that he needs a tiny bit more time.
Like a second.
So this is from Night Dive Studios.
I think I'm ready.
Okay, so we're going to hit spacebar in 3, 2, 1, go. Notice how everybody did it correctly.
Is there audio? Okay.
All right, let's see what this is.
Well, that looks nice.
Whoa.
That is very pretty. That is very pretty.
Looks cool.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ho, ho, ho.
It kind of has an old feel to it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Audio's a little low. Oh, maybe not.
Whoa.
Man, get that off your face.
Nice.
I don't know if they got a
Okay.
choice, Eric.
You don't know.
That's cool.
It is a really cool logo. I like that. The orange and like aqua is an interesting color together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. What? Pre-order now and receive System Shock Enhanced Edition for free?
System Shock 2 Enhanced
2,
Edition.
Yeah, there's an enhanced edition which is I mean it doesn't look like this, right? It's
Okay.
like high res textures of the originals
Sure,
sort
sure.
of thing.
It's that middle ground kind of where it's like it's better than what it originally was, but it's not as good as like something like this being redone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always wanted to play System Shock. I never did. I felt like a lot of it was kind of because of the dated feel. I was like, I know it's supposed to be extremely scary, but I think it's going to take me out and not make me feel so scared. So I kind of never did. So I'm glad I didn't, because I can play through this one in a more modernized version.
Yeah.
That hopefully will have the scares and everything still there, that it would be a good Scream Stream title for me.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna test this real quick before we get into the next one because I did not have any audio during any of that myself.
Oh, okay.
There wasn't too much. It was hard to hear. Like there was like a woman robot-y sound, kind of like, and I didn't know what was going on. So I don't know what she was saying either, honestly. And I had my own audio. You know,
I could understand her.
I don't know. She sounded robot-y and weird.
Maybe it's your audio.
Oh no, I don't think so. I could hear you yelling.
I'm good.
You went,
Let me make sure the chat's still gonna be good.
They were saying it might have been a little bit low, but
Okay. We're good.
anyway. I honestly I can't hear you guys while we're doing it. If you want to jump in the Discord channel or not.
Just
Can do that too.
take one.
I can't. Aaron. Don't you think I would if I could? This is why we don't use headphones during reactions.
I know. All right, everyone here can hear.
No.
All right, everyone's here that we need. Oh wait. Fuck you.
Yeah, we should be good now. Okay, so I say the next one is going to be the file called repub, and we're going to begin with that one next. Let me know when you guys are ready.
I want to open it and not see anything. Okay.
So this one is going to be the one that Aaron, you were the other day when you came in. I was like on my phone. I was like, whoa. huh? And Rick goes, dang it. I hope you didn't look at it. I'm like, I'm sorry, I saw it. And Aaron's like, what? What was it? Don't tell me.
The only thing, I heard him say that, and you were like, did you just see it? Dang it, I didn't want you to see it. And you're like, the game? And I was like, what? And I was like, Triple H. And then earlier Rick said something about the game. I'm like, is this what Eric saw?
All right, so we are going to just start this. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Ready.
We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Song.
Let's go! Push those cannons to the start!
Oh, nice.
No.
Yes.
Oh, are they porting it over?
This is gonna be fun.
Oh man, one of my favorites.
Oh man, it looks so good.
It does look good.
Like, I mean, it's not like System Shock
Delta
good,
Squad,
but
baby.
I mean, it's like Halo Combat Evolved good. At the least. This is sweet.
Republic Commando.
Nice.
April 6th.
Yeah.
Sweet. No,
Yeah,
I mean,
for the Switch.
I didn't know that they were going to be doing that. I mean, it makes sense because they also did some of the other Star Wars titles and stuff too. So it'd be fun to play it because I don't think I've ever actually played it. But it's also, I think, available on PC. Like, this one's not revamped or anything. They're just porting it over.
I think it's just a port over, but for the Switch.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, if it gets some attention, maybe it does get, you do get, like
Like a
one
remaster.
PS4.
PS4 and PS5 and the Switch, I
Yeah.
believe, right? Yeah. This one specifically, it was the Switch trailer.
Like,
Yeah.
if you had
I'm not sure what happened with their audio, guys. Sorry about that.
What happened?
They're just saying audio is very choppy, very laggy, not great audio, stuttering audio. So we'll try to get that fixed, but it was mostly just music and some voice stuff. But yeah, I mean, Delta Squad. You know, I loved the original Republic Commando. This is the original Republic Commando. I always loved their designs, not just of the Republic Commandos, but of just like the you know, the enemies had just great designs, more enhanced than what we saw in the prequels and stuff. So
Yeah.
really excited for it. If we ever get an Imperial Commando, I would love that too.
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's nothing to say that if this doesn't get enough like attention, that they don't make a newer Commando type of thing. You know, now, which would be really cool.
Yeah.
So I'd be up for it. Or they make a Republic Commando game, but in a Bad Batch version.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be amazing.
So yeah, we sound good, Rick. Apparently the video was what was choppy. So we'll have to make sure we get that fixed up here in the next
15
minutes. So we'll be working on that.
Should we come back to other trailers later?
Yeah,
or
we can come back later for some other stuff too.
to make sure we're good for the state of
State of play.
All right, so state of play, what is that going to be streaming on YouTube?
I mean, there'll probably be one on YouTube for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look for it here in a second. Actually, there's that one from IGN.
Well, what are the type of things that you're interested in with the state of play that you're thinking? I mean, I know this was a mistake from the Nintendo one because I didn't get anything I wanted, but
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I have anything specifically from Sony that I'm like, oh man, I hope so much that this is what I get right now.
yeah.
There's been that a few times for some like Nintendo things where I'm like, oh, I kind of hope I get this or that, but I mean, going into PS5, like, do we want like another Uncharted thing? Like, you know, we did Uncharted 4. They kind of teased like it could be over, it might not be over, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
could they do more with that?
I mean, definitely the thing that I'm most interested in is some news on the new God of War, Ragnarok.
Sure, yeah.
Absolutely.
That was late last year that we
Yeah.
got like a announcement for that, and you've played it since then. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
could there be information for that coming forward?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if they did more of the more Spider-Man game stuff. Like, I know that they were working on Miles, but Miles was more kind of going to be like a DLC in a way for it. I haven't yet played it yet. I was waiting until after I finished up my Nuzlocke right now, and that was going to be the next one I play on stream. But no, like, maybe there's something there with more Spider-Man games, or I mean, since that's the only one that Sony really owns, I don't know if they could do more with other stuff, but I think you could expand that and maybe even do more, maybe make a Venom game in the Spider-Man universe or something, you know, or you could, at least since they own that property, that's what you could toy around with.
They kind of set up a Venom thing with that first game, right?
Sure. They did some stuff with that, like, and there's a lot of characters that they haven't had in there yet, or like they could mess around and change some things up like that. You know, I think it could be kind of cool to do. Yeah.
But we're getting pretty close to this this event happening. Also, there is going to be an event tomorrow, right, Aaron?
So I found out about this a day or two ago, but this morning there was also a Pokemon like direct type of announcement where they're going to be announcing kind of like a Nintendo Direct, but strictly for Pokemon. Yeah. It's supposed to be at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. our time. Yeah. Tomorrow.
So tomorrow, 10 a.m. Blindway Standard Time, we're going to be streaming, actually.
We'll be covering that here on the channel. Yeah. Watching and seeing what announcements and what they have in store for Pokemon 25th anniversary. Yeah. And also tomorrow at our normal group stream time at 3, we'll be doing our 4-person race Pokemon randomizer,
which I'm so excited for.
In Leaf Green and Fire Red, which is a Gen 1 game, but also with Gen 3 stuff. So you'll get some up to Gen 3 Pokemon in that too, which is
so cool. All 4 of us are going to be playing either Fire Red or Leaf Green at the same time with randomized Pokemon. It's going to be chaotic. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think
and
so
it works out that it just happens to fall on the same day as Nintendo Direct for Pokemon.
Sure, yeah. So. And then the next day is the official anniversary for it too. So things all kind of work out really well with that. So I'm excited to do that. We all have varying experiences with Pokemon, so I think it's going to be an interesting little experiment / race of seeing. I've never done a randomizer of Pokemon or Zelda or any of those kind of things, so it'll be a fun first time experience for us of like, what's a randomizer like, and is this something we want to check out with like a Link to the Past randomizer in the future, or whatever.
And we should, I don't know if you've clarified it yet or not, but like it's going to be a randomizer, but all of us are not, like, we're not playing the same randomized.
Not the same seed, no.
Yeah, like, so it's all going to be completely different for all 4 of us.
Calvin and I will both be playing Leaf Green. Eric and Rick will both be playing Fire Red. But within that as well, they're also going to have their own like seeds. So our starters and what's going to be in the wild will be different as well. So there's going to be some chaos and some luck involved in all of that. So it's a little dependent on who can get what, when, and how much that will help you, you know? Yeah. So it'd be crazy. I'm looking forward to it.
So we're going to be coming in super early to get WandaVision done so that we don't have that delayed at all. Then we'll be at 10 o'clock, and we'll probably start a little tiny bit sooner, but
I imagine.
The Pokemon thing. So do that for a little bit, and then you guys will come back at 3 p.m. for the – you're not going to want to miss it. I predict a lot of chaos.
I do as well.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what they announce today with PlayStation. Like I said, I don't have any expectations, which might be good. I think I had expectations for the Nintendo Direct.
I did too.
So if they didn't meet those, I was like, well, this wasn't that great. But
and you know what? I wanted to get the chance to rant a little bit. History of Zelda. Like, I'm not saying like, well, they didn't release something. Like they didn't put a social media post up. They didn't, like, it's the 35th anniversary of one of your biggest franchises. They did nothing. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. I was mad all day.
Mad all day?
Or at least when I noticed the whole day had done nothing. Because I was like, okay, maybe they're not going to, they'll do Skyward Sword, but maybe they're waiting to the 35th anniversary. They're going to drop, hey, you can get Ocarina of Time right now, baby, 35th. Something. Nope. Nothing. Upset about it. Anyway, so everybody in the chat is being experimented on by Rick, it looks like.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah. I think we might need to restart the computer.
Okay, well, guys, we're going to do a hard restart. You are not going to go anywhere, and we're going to do that before we start the PlayStation State of Play. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Stick around.
There's some very unexpected developments in your future.
Yeah.
Shocking events that will change the course of your life.
That last part might have been a hair dramatic, but there's lots of awesome updates and additions coming to the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time experience on PlayStation 5.
Cool. Still have not played it.
Hey everyone, I'm Lou Studdard,
I haven't yet
producer
either.
at Toys for Bob. I'm here to give you the feature rundown on Crash Bandicoot
Static
4
and crackle on the
PS5.
screen.
That includes 4K at 60 frames per second, adaptive triggers, 3D audio, and more.
Let's make this fun.
Picking up where Crash Bandicoot Warp left off, in Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, we find the evil masterminds Neocortex and Dr. Entropy escaping
it's not too bad.
once thought inescapable interdimensional prison, leaving giant holes in the universe.
Good enough.
What follows is
Good.
a mind-bending adventure for Crash and his marsupial pals. We designed Crash Bandicoot 4 to leap off your screen, brimming with bold, vibrant environments and characters. Crash Bandicoot has always looked pretty suave, but wait
Nice.
until you see him spinning heads in native 4K at 60 frames per second. With the weight of the universe on your shoulders, and probably some errands to run, there's little time to wait on loading screens. The DualSense wireless controllers bring adaptive triggers to your fingertips, so you can feel the blast of Neocortex's DNA-changing ray gun.
That's
or
cool.
feel the grip when you grapple a Tana's hookshot. Hold on tight when you feel the boost of Crash's jetboard, and really feel the suck
Dingo
when you
Dial.
vacuum his Dingo Dial. Looking to get fully
My
immersed
baby
in the
ate
Crash
a
Bandicoot
dingo.
universe? Crank it up to 11 and take your audio into an all-new
audio.
dimension with enhanced 3D audio. Achieving the infamous 106% completion is the sign of a true Bandicoot master. But should our genetically mutated marsupial lose his way? Leverage PlayStation 5 activity cards to track your progress and hit your goals for things like time trials,
Oh, cool.
flashback levels, and boss fights. I bet Entropy wishes he had that. Even bring your incomplete save over from the PlayStation
Whoa,
4
that's
and
cool.
use the activity cards to get to 106%. Oh, and one more thing. If you own the PS4 version of the game, an upgrade option is available.
Ride
Check
that
out
polar
the
bear.
PlayStation blog for full details. Whether it's your first playthrough or your 100th, there's no better time to experience Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time
Okay, cool.
on PlayStation 5.
Neat. March 12th for PS5.
Welcome back, Crash. The gang's all here on today's new edition of State of Play. We've got some great updates lined up for you. First, let's check out the latest on an eagerly anticipated game coming to the PS5 console this spring from PlayStation Studios.
I remember the trailer for this.
Hey
It looked
everyone,
interesting.
we at Housemark are excited to give you this sneak peek at Returnal. In Returnal, you will play as Celine, an Astra scout, who crash lands on an alien planet, Atropos, after receiving a mysterious signal, White Shadow. Players will explore this inscrutable, dark planet in search for answers and unfold mysteries,
It's like Space
which may
Lost,
point
Derek.
to a larger force at play. Dashing and quickly maneuvering your way above and around enemies
God.
is key
Dead.
to survival.
That looks
creepy.
Oh,
Yeah, that looks really cool. It's like Doom level maneuverability.
I like the speed of the movement.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're gonna die. Oh,
reminds me of like a Warframe kinda.
With the large variety of enemies and the vast number of unique movesets
No.
which possess, combat situations prove challenging no matter what the circumstances are. Death is only the beginning.
Oh, cool. I forgot about that.
Every time you die and restart, the world will change. The map will be different, enemies will appear in new locations and in differing numbers, so you have to think fast and adapt.
This is
Here you
terrible
can
for
see
me.
the use of
That's
the
the only way I
lightning
can
fire,
progress in
which is
games.
great
Yeah,
for
it's
crowdfunding.
like
you can't just rely
This
on
is
the
one
beat
of
like
many
getting better.
altfires that you can
The
acquire.
roguelike.
Yeah, crowbar is not an option now.
Roguelite.
yeah. You can't be like, well, I know that guy's over there.
You will stumble across mysterious
Stick your arm in
devices
that hole.
can grant rewards to the player. These will
Oh,
vary
it's
from
totally-
weapons,
oh, no.
consumables, and upgrades, and they can completely change your playstyle.
Reminds you of
and
another
make
game,
each
doesn't it?
cycle feel
Yeah.
unique.
And the mummy.
Besides the intense combat, Returnal also has a deep and engaging narrative. We allow players to piece together the puzzle that is the story of Celine, as they venture deeper and deeper into Atropos.
It reminds me of
personal
Prometheus and stuff a little bit.
That's...
Like here and there.
That can't be.
Yeah.
That's a weird house to be on an alien planet.
I am reliving my memories in that house, but not fully.
Oh.
They're corroded. Some parts are missing, others seem manufactured. But I can remember the torment, feeling like I was losing my mind. There's no comfort here. No safe space.
That's the table from Phasmophobia.
Dude, I wonder if you play in first person some too, or what? Reminds me of.
It looks like it, yeah.
What was it called, Rick? The Silent Hill that got canceled? PT?
PT.
Returnal lands on April 30th, and it's developed by the talented team at Housemarque. Next, let's take a closer look at a high-impact new PS4 game called
We've seen a little bit
Knockout
of this
City.
from the
The Nintendo one.
The Nintendo, yeah.
Hi, I'm Josh from Bellin Studios. We're an indie developer based in upstate New York, and we recently announced Knockout City, a team-based multiplayer action game for PS4 where rival crews settle their scores with epic dodgeball battles.
As
Knockout
you do.
City is easy to pick up and play, but there's a lot of depth here for those who've got the skills. In our 1v1 face-off mode, you'll go head-to-head in a constantly shrinking battleground, relying on your reflexes and abilities to knock out an opponent. A well-timed
It's been a long
catch
time
powers
since
up the
I played
ball,
with
making it
Doc.
easier
That's cool.
to land a hit. Use trick shots to lob a ball over a ledge or hook it around a corner. Fake a throw to mess up your opponent's timing and knock them out before they
Oh,
can
I
recover.
like that.
When you're in
Yeah,
a tough
that's
spot
cool.
with a ball flying your way, a last-second dodge is the difference between getting knocked out and staying in the fight. Keep your wits about you and outplay
Nice.
your opponent to bring
You have
home
an
a
area
win.
you gotta stay in and stuff?
Yeah. That's in the one-on-one.
This seems really fun.
Let's
We
jump
should
into
play
Team
this.
KO, our 3v3 mode.
Catch the balls like the
Teamwork
arrows
makes
in
the dream
Towerfall.
work in Knockout City.
Like the three of us
If your
versus
crew is
Rick.
outmatched, a well-coordinated team can still dominate. We're playing in Back Alley Brawl, a new map that you'll find in our upcoming crossplay beta. The special ball for this match is the Sniper Ball, which
Ooh.
locks onto targets from far across
Dang.
the map and wham! You can take them out before they have a chance to react.
Damn blue
Beyond
turtle
special
shell.
balls, each map features a unique mechanic. In Back Alley Brawl, you can hop into a tube and make a quick getaway, or use them to sneak up on your opponents. Caught empty-handed? You can literally become the ball, a new weapon for your teammate. Or risk it all. Charge up a teammate, launch them high into the air with an ultimate throw,
Jeez.
and they'll land in a huge
Okay.
instant KO explosion. The team here at Velen has been obsessed with building this world over the last 4 years. Knockout City is coming out May 21st, and we'd love your help in our final stretch of development. Rally your crew
Crossplay
and
beta.
sign up for our crossplay beta at knockoutcity.com to play early on PlayStation. See you soon, brawlers.
Seems pretty fun.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I like the idea that you can just turn into a ball if you don't have a ball.
Yeah.
Eric,
So
toss me!
Time for something new.
Don't tell the elf.
Here's your first look at an upcoming
probably what's going to happen
PS5
to me. You
game
guys
from
do
the
that
team
in
at Slow
Mario
Clap.
all the time.
Okay, first look.
A hallway fight scene.
I was saying Daredevil the game.
Yeah.
Every fight's just in a hallway.
I was thinking Old Boy or The Raid.
Oh! Oh man, he's been here for so long. Knocked out.
He
This is
took
like
a nap.
remake of Kung Fu.
Fighting looks cool.
Yeah, the fight animation's great.
Yeah, it
Reminds
is.
me of,
And I really enjoy the art style.
Seafood Dog.
His whole life.
Ooh.
Okay, Sifu.
That was the debut of Sifu, coming to the PS5 console later this year. Now let's get an update on Solar Ash, an epic new PS5 adventure from Heart Machine.
No, the Event Horizon.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex Preston, creative director of Heart Machine. You might know us as the team behind Hyperlight Drifter. Today, I'm here to show you the first peek at gameplay for our new title, Solar Ash. Solar Ash is a huge, stylish 3D platformer focused on speed, movement, and fluidity.
It's like
the game is set
Silver
inside
Surfer.
a giant black hole known as the Ultra Void, which has been consuming everything in its path. You play as Ray, a daring Void Runner who has decided to venture into this terrifying anomaly as a last-ditch effort to save
Ray
her
what?
homeworld. Ray is extremely agile.
Last
able to
name
speed
doesn't
across
matter,
the world
Eric.
with abilities akin to skiing. On the ashen clouds, she can quickly cover great distances in our huge world. At its core, Solar Ash is a game about movement, and Ray has everything she needs to flow through the dangerous and unique world.
Platforming seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
As you journey to save your planet, you'll find yourself face to face with
It is very
grotesque
ice
and
skate.
violent creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our combat system is simple, fast, and fluid.
Well, I think
built to
she
empower
does have like
players and
inline
encourage
skates, right? I
As
don't know.
you
Can't tell.
explore the Ultra Void,
Feet are moving too fast.
enemy encounters
Oh,
will
maybe they're just
scale to
shoes.
greater and greater sizes.
Yeah.
Some of these creatures require speed and precise timing to defeat.
Just shoes.
Yep.
Ray will eventually need to face the massive sentinels of this void.
Grim.
Wretched, starved beasts.
It does a bit, yeah.
With the key
I was like, what does that look
Movie
like?
to them, you know?
Yeah.
Looks very grim right there.
Shadow Colossus.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Solar Ash is Heart Machine's vision of the adventure platformer. The giant spaces, the feel of movement, the flow of combat, and the high-stakes battles atop enormous beasts all come together to bring players something we think is incredibly unique, and more importantly, fun. This game is a labor of love for everyone on the Heart Machine team. We're excited to bring Solar Ash to PS5 and PS4 later this year.
Interesting.
Cool.
If you're a fan of
I'll have to
scary
be the
games,
Resident
this
Evil.
next one is for you.
No.
When I first found you, you were nothing. You were small, pathetic. But now, you are more. Are you
Oh,
ready?
is this like a Five Nights
Yeah.
at Freddy's?
No.
Maybe not. That's different.
Definitely looks like
Oh, yeah, I think it might be
yeah.
It looks like it is.
Freddy.
Pizzaplex.
I don't think it's a Willy's Wonderland.
Just the person threw me off.
So do you play as the bad guys?
We're getting ready to play some music.
Gregory,
wanna
we
rock.
can get you out of here. You and me together. They won't stop hunting you. None of them will stop hunting you.
What Nick Cage is in this, Rick?
Very different.
I'm in. He is.
We have to get you
Oh
out
my
by
gosh, fucking ball pit.
It's kitchen, Eric.
Do as I
Get in the oven.
You will bring me what I want. And if you fail me, then you will. Both of you burn!
Yeah. Do the music.
There is more going on here than you realize.
Security breach sounds familiar.
That was a chilling new look at Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Up next, let's take a tour of Oddworld Soulstorm.
Hi, I'm Lauren Lanning, Creative Director at Oddworld Inhabitants. Today, I'm going to take you on a brief tour of our newest game, Oddworld Soulstorm.
He's got a good voiceover
They've
voice.
always
He
known
does.
you
That
would
guy.
come. Do you know why you have?
In Soulstorm, you reprise the role of Abe, accidental hero turned unlikely leader of an emerging revolution, as you do battle through weird and wonderful environments in an effort to escape the all-powerful and
Gluckins.
eternally greedy Gluckins. We really wanted to bring this world to life with what we call
Millions.
2.9D platforming, which adds
So it's
much
almost
more depth
3D.
and immersion for the player. This sense of connection is also reinforced through the use of the DualSense's haptic feedback, as you'll now be able to feel Abe's heartbeat
That's
in
kinda
high
neat.
alert and
Yeah.
suspenseful situations. There are well over 1,000 fellow Mudokons that you must try to save along the way, but they are far more than helpless workers looking to be saved. When used effectively, you'll be able to solve puzzles, harness their combined energy, and be given the tools
Give 'em
they
some
need
busy
to
pop.
fight alongside you. And there will be times when the extra hands will be needed as you face off against an array of heavily armed
Dead.
enemies that will stop at nothing to
That is
find
pretty
and end
horrifying.
Abe once and for all. In order to stand a chance against this much larger threat, we gave Abe the ability to scavenge, loot, and pickpocket items from his surroundings and use them
Cool.
to craft an impressive arsenal of his own that he can share with others. You can also play as a non-lethal pacifist or an agent of chaos. We wanted you to have the choice. But there is
don't
one
kill them.
iconic ability for our shamanic protagonist, possession. This mystical power allows you to take control of your foes and use their strengths and
Oh.
weapons against them.
You can just
or
will
use them
someone to
gain
explode
access
themselves?
to paths still ahead. The Oddworld universe is a diverse place, and this means that
Locker
there are
hiding,
some
Rick.
environments and
There's so
situations
many
that
of
require
them.
a little more thought, patience, and stealth. You'll find dark and dangerous caves, heavily guarded industrial sites, and ancient forgotten lands. Here, we've built lots of opportunities for you to test your skills and find different ways to handle things. It won't be easy. If being hunted by an army backed by a shady and wealthy organization isn't bad enough, there are also more dangers in the forms of natural obstacles, ancient traps, trials against swarming dark creatures,
no.
and industrial
Gosh.
hazards that must be dodged, crossed, and avoided. Ultimately, Abe's journey is one of hope, freedom, and truth. There is a rich and engaging narrative to discover in a world full of lies, and we've been able to bring our characters to life like never before. In true Oddworld fashion, your actions in-game will decide the fate of Abe and all those you manage to liberate along the way. And we can't wait to see what you
It actually
will
looks pretty
do.
cool. I've never played any of the other Oddworlds, but that looks neat.
Yeah, the storytelling in the Oddworld is like super ambitious. Like he wanted to do 7 games, 6 movies, like a TV show.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't be in Discord.
That was the latest
I
on
think I am,
Oddworld Soulstorm. And here's some exciting news. Active PlayStation Plus members will
just
get
have
the
him
PS5
muted.
version for no extra cost starting in April. PS5 version for no extra cost starting in April.
Oh.
Moving on. It's time to catch up with Kena Bridge of Spirits, a gorgeous new adventure we last saw in the June PS5 showcase.
He's so cute.
Let's wait until he gets angry.
It's like a troll. From Trolls. Not the trolls you're watching.
Gotcha. It's got like antlers or horns or something.
It has very beautiful environments.
Very much so.
It's like a
The rats in
PlayStation
my
Pikmin.
garden are usually timid. Something tells me you did not come to our village looking for forest creatures.
Hello, Spirit. I seek passage to the Sacred Mountain Shrine.
Our village is bound to the shrine's energy. But that power faded long ago. Trapped spirits linger here, tangled in the tragedies of our past. You must help these spirits who wish to reach the mountain shrine.
It's okay. You have to go now.
Yes. Aim for the weak spots. It's got all those little guys falling around like oh shoot, what are they called?
This land can be big, but you cannot stay here, Spirit.
Sprites.
You must move on.
Yeah.
Whoa. Jeez.
Oh, that's not great.
Oh no. Whoa. They just took over a person?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely has an aura feel. That's super cool.
Now let's settle in for a stylish new look at Deathloop, a PS5 first-person shooter developed by the team at Arcane.
Okay.
What?
You'll never
I've seen quite a bit of this.
There's no
Yeah.
never here. Just
It's
you,
the
me, and the rest of these
assassin versus
maniacs.
assassin.
Yeah.
Bring it, baby.
This is Ramblin' Frank's Matinee. This little ditty goes out to the handsome asshole trying to break our loop. Colds, the visionaries are ready to dance. Are you?
Feels like James Bond. This song does. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, I see a lot of stylishness in the trailers, but the game itself doesn't look super stylish.
Sure.
It'd be cool if they could incorporate that stuff.
Yeah. I feel like we've seen this game a lot, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been one of those like, we've seen a lot. I felt like it was coming out soon, but it did.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This feels a lot more like Dishonored. That's
Jesus, that was awesome.
oh my gosh.
Where you been hiding? Boy, do I got a bone to pick with you. Let's do it again tomorrow.
What to do when
Lasers.
the bullet is the same, but the kill is always new.
Song's over, people. And so is Ramblin' Frank. The rest of you motherfuckers are next.
Any date yet? Still no date?
No.
Nope, guess not.
Before we leave, how about a huge update for one
We're
of
in a loop of
2020's
waiting
most
for that game to come
celebrated
out.
games?
Hey, here you go, Rick.
Rick, there you go.
Oh.
Cloud, quickly!
PS5 -er?
Yep.
Jesse! Barrett! Where you been? Tifa! Help me!
It's a hell of a game.
Come on, let's push it past the red line!
You're fighting a guy with a sword like that with a little baton. Just give up.
You have better maneuverability.
He can move that sword the same as you can move the baton. You give him the baton, you'd be dead.
A touching reunion.
Well, guys, your girl finally made it to Midgar.
Fucking birds.
Oh.
My name is Yuffie,
Hello,
materia
Yuffie.
hunter and elite special forces operative for the new Wutai government. We'll prove to our common enemy that Wutai is
She's
not
not
to be
in.
trifled with.
I mean, she's
Members
coming
of
here, though.
Avalanche, we got this.
I'm back.
Ah, there you are.
that?
Someone's been expecting you. What took you?
Sorry about that. Anyway, it's nice to meet you. I'm Sonon Kusakabe.
Where's Cloud?
We lost him.
You what?
He will be okay, though, right?
Well, of course he will.
They're the ones who blew up the reactors. Cool. Should we say hi?
No, better not. After what they've done, you gotta assume Shinra's on their tail.
Look, a Moogle.
Is that like a prank?
We gotta help.
Okay.
Cool.
She was a secret character in the first game.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, like you could play and beat the whole game without even seeing it.
Yeah.
Not so secret here.
Apparently not.
It might be a bigger part of the story. Like,
Yeah.
Cloud's missing right now, so maybe you're playing her instead.
I mean, it certainly looks that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on if it's like, is that who you're playing
No freaking way!
instead of Cloud, or is it a character you can play alongside Cloud, or is there an element of both?
Looks like there's like another team that you can play.
Yeah, because this is her. So not.
Yeah.
You guys should probably get moving.
Got it.
Whatever it is they're planning, you're better off out of it.
They deserve what's coming to them.
Yeah, they do. But I'm not your sister.
There you are.
Who are these jerks?
No clue. It just appeared.
Intergrade.
What does that mean?
Let the hunt begin.
June 10th or October 6th.
Get down here, Bert.
Tell me what I just saw. Stream's not the best place to show.
No.
Differences, but
I mean, it looked pretty crisp on mine.
Shading and lighting effects look just better.
they look better.
Reflections look so much cleaner. Higher frame rate.
Yeah, my biggest problems were like looking up at the underside of Midgar on the plates and just the repeated NPCs
Yeah.
models. I wonder if they'll fix that too.
Like,
Oh,
things seem
you're
brighter.
spoiling so much, trailer. Good God. His hair does look much better.
Yeah.
Which that was a problem before sometimes too.
classic difficulty. Wow.
Loading times
That's
were
insane.
much longer in 4.
That was the biggest improvement from Valhalla.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It was like 2 minutes to 10 seconds.
New episode. Okay.
Wait, what?
I guess it'll be PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, I could see that. It could be some of the miles though.
You see that?
That's my ninja.
That's how ninjas do it.
Yep.
My ninja way.
If you own, you get an upgrade to the PS5 version for free. Awesome.
So you don't have to buy it again?
New episode
That's great.
featuring you.
That was my question.
Available for purchase after upgrading. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. So the Yuffie thing is separate then.
Yeah, so it's DLC you buy separately, but if you already own it on PS4, you get it for PS5.
Got it.
That was the reveal of
June or
Final
October?
Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade,
Somebody
coming to
tell
the
me!
PS5 console later this year.
June.
Oh, yeah.
And that's our show. We hope you're as excited as we are for what's to come in 2021. See you next time.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't think there was any announcements other than the Final Fantasy DLC, which was new.
Yeah.
And then I think the Sifu was something that was new.
Sifu seemed new.
Yeah.
Everything else I think is something that's been already mentioned or shown or something before.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, there's starting in the beginning with Crash. I haven't played Crash yet, but coming to PS5, I'm glad that they're making upgrades to make them. They're not just porting it over like, let's just make more money. At least they're upgrading some aspects, including the haptic feedback for the controllers and stuff like that.
60 frames per second.
Yeah,
And 3D audio.
trying to upgrade it more so that it has all the features that it could have on PS5, but it had already been released on PS4. I believe we saw more for Returnal.
Yeah,
yeah.
We've seen more this time than before. That was really cool.
Yeah, no, I like the look of that flow and speed.
Yeah, at least I haven't seen the combat before, I don't feel like. And the environments there is just, it's creepy, kind of scary, but it's also like fast-paced, you know? Like a lot of like, you know, if I compare it to like Dead Space, I wouldn't say Dead Space is quick and speed and, you know. Like
no, it looks more like a, you know, like an Unreal Tournament or
like Doom, like how fast you move in Doom, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you just bounce around the map on that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me a little bit more of that, but it still has a very creepy aspect. And there's the idea of like you die and you come back and everything's different.
Well, we knew about that idea, but yeah, it sounds like a roguelite where, you know, the rooms might be different, the enemy spawns might be different. Like, I wonder if there is like a progression system in it.
Sure.
Or if it's just like you've got to have new challenges every time until you beat it.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. There was some kind of story progression that they had with like the houses and stuff too, which felt like a diving into the mind of who the person really is, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, the house didn't feel like it was supposed to be there.
It definitely seemed like it was out of place in a cave.
Sure. But then it also went into like a first person kind of looking mode, which I don't know if you play that. Because it reminded me of the Silent Hill like PT. Like you go in that hallway, you know, and you're looking around. And
You know what it reminded me of, Aaron?
What?
Friday the 13th for the NES. Because that was third person until you got inside the house, and then it changed to first person.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's where
I
I'm
remember
going.
that. Yeah, you're right.
So, but that game looks interesting. It might have been, I don't know. It's one of my favorites that I'm wanting to look into, I guess, in the future to see what it's like when it comes out, and if it's going to be like a Scream Stream kind of title to play or something.
Definitely.
We saw Knockout City again here.
Yeah.
It looked better here than it did in the Nintendo one.
Yeah. We got to see a little bit more of the game modes.
How the actual game plays, yeah.
Play and everything.
Yeah, there was some like describing factors to it rather than just a trailer, which I feel like we didn't get too much of in the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
But no, I like the look of it. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you know there's not there's dodging, there's catching,
Understanding
there's
the mechanics,
fake throws and stuff too. Like
interests me a lot more now.
Yeah, like having more of that. And like, okay, well, you throw the ball if you catch it. It's easy to catch it, but it powers it up if you catch it. You know, like
so
there's some cool things there. I like that. But it has a cross-play beta that you can sign up for at their website. So
cool.
It's kind of cool. We mentioned it slightly, but the Sifu game. What you guys think of it? Because this is the first time that I think anyone's seen the Sifu game.
I mean, it looked like it took Kung Fu, like the old game, but it put the combat for sleeping dogs in it. Like it looked very Batman-esque in its combat, very like fluid, moving from one dude to the next, counters, interacting with the environment.
Sure.
I like the art style of it, honestly. It's different than what I expect. Like PS5 game, it's like, oh, okay, but the art style is cool.
Yeah. There was a lot of like stylized games I felt like here, rather than like let's make this look as real as we can.
Yeah.
Between that and Solar Ash and stuff too, like they have a very style. Knockout City doesn't look like this is a realistic dodgeball game kind of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand. Like he fell down at one point, he came up and he looked different.
Yeah, he was older. It's like it's like you were living his whole life or something.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, it could have been a time pass to another fight. It could be that when you get knocked out, you get older. I don't know. I don't know what it is, you know? Like, it looked like he aged, though, or at least he was there long enough to grow a beard.
Like, in some of the other cutscenes, or whatever it was that we saw, like, more of his hair had turned gray, and he had longer beard and hair and stuff.
It's like he has accelerated aging, except when he's fighting.
Like whenever he ages,
it's like Crank, right?
Crank, yeah.
And with Jason Statham, like he has to like keep his adrenaline up, or else he's gonna die, or whatever, right? So like I don't know, maybe there's something like that. Maybe there's some kind of weird supernaturally element to it, or something with that. But it did seem a little weird, unless it's just supposed to be saying like there's a passing of time and you're fighting through his life, or I don't know. Maybe you're on a timer, right? If you die too much, like you can't just die forever. If you die too much, you die of old age. You know, you get too old.
Interesting. That would be an interesting concept. Like you have 5 lives, but they last a minute. You know?
Yeah, like there's like a time span of like how many times you can die and stuff.
I feel like we're making a game that doesn't exist.
Like there could be something different about it, but I'm not sure what that answer is for that. But it looked. I love the combat. It felt flowy enough, and like I love that hallway. I thought of like Daredevil or something like that, where like there's a hallway fight scene. He's throwing weapons at him and stuff too, and kicking legs and. Like I wonder how much you can target things, or how specifically of fighting you do.
Or maybe the attacks, the counter attacks are specific to the attack and counters and stuff.
Sure, it's possible there too. The next game we saw was Solar Ash, which is another stylized game by the Hyperlight Drifter team, Heart Machine. I mean, it's a 3D platformer. It looks nice. It flows.
It's like a 3D version of that Speedrunners game we played a couple times.
Sure.
Yeah, kind of.
It might be a game that's also fun to watch speedrunning as well, because like that whole game is all based on like the flow and the way you move and everything. So it's very possible that like a speedrun of that game would just be crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like watching someone move in precise movements and stuff would be cool. But
it looked like what I want 3D Sonic to be.
Gotcha.
You know, like it was fast, but not too fast. There seemed to be a lot of fluidity to the movement. And then also, like, fighting these big things, I think, would be really cool like that as well. So, yeah, it looked good. And that art style from that team is always pretty amazing. I haven't played Hyperlight Drifter yet, but it's certainly on my list.
No, I get you. No, yeah, I mean, the, like, Shadow of the Colossus grim feel of, like, those creatures and stuff. And it had a lot of, like, weird black goo that like slowed him down,
like an ichor kind of
like
thing.
The white,
they could climb.
There was like the white bony structure of the creature kind of thing, but that is what you can like move quickly on and stuff. So it definitely seems to be like the environment's important to be able to pay attention to, and some bosses you have to beat in certain times and stuff too. So it definitely looks interesting. Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm pretty sure we've seen the name before. I don't know if I've seen anything for it before. It's still first person, but the thing that caught me off guard was like that woman guard. Like most the Five Nights at Freddy games that I've played before didn't have like other people. It was like you, and you're the only one there doing stuff. So it seems a lot more adventure-y too, because
looks very expansive.
Yeah, while like most of them were in like a single spot, and you're having to manage like resources,
like a security room
and stuff, and keep your doors shut so they can't get to you.
This one seemed like the entire like what was it, the Pizzarama
yeah, like
or whatever?
It's like the whole place. It's like, you know, all of Willie's or whatever. But the like sister location had where you went to different places, but this felt much more open, as you can go where you need to when you want to, maybe, or hide and, you know, get under a table or something. So, Rick, what'd you think of the Oddworld Soulstorm? Because I know you've done Oddworld games in the past, right?
A little bit. I played the one I played the most was Stranger's Wrath, which is much different than the other Oddworld games.
Same for me.
But yeah, no, it's more. I'm more fascinated by the story of Oddworld and like the ambition of the project when it started out. Like, I love listening to interviews from the creative director of it and like all these visions he had for it, and like for one reason or another, it just didn't take off in a way that those things manifested. So it's always great to see those things like come back, even if it's years and years later, and that the story can be continued for the people who really love those kind of games. And it looked intriguing. Like, it's got a lot of the mechanics from the old ones, where the sort of puzzle platforminess, but taking it into the third dimension is interesting. And then also like having the item management, and you can give the items to your followers. I think it could add a lot to it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like that they're also for PS4, PS5, like they're tossing in that haptic feedback for PS5 to also have like some extra elements for like the heartbeat and stuff too. But I loved, like, I haven't played them before, but the style of it, the 2.9D platforming idea, like lockers and Steam, and be able to change environments to help you or mind control somebody or whatever to like alter something or take out some enemies and stuff. Like, it seems pretty cool.
Yeah, I like
the puzzle aspect of it.
My favorite thing about those games is like the world. It feels like you're seeing just a little tiny piece of it. It like feels bigger than it is. Like, you feel like everything is fleshed out. There's history to everything, and like someone really thought this out, and you're just getting to experience a little tiny bit of it. So, pretty cool.
We also then went to Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Yeah.
That has like a very kind of beautiful environment thing going on. There's aspects of it that remind me of things from, like, I don't know, Horizon Zero Dawn, with like fighting creatures and shooting arrows and stuff too. But then I also think of like Pikmin with like the little creatures, and you're telling them to lift stuff and carry it around or whatever. But
definitely gave me like Ori and the Will-O-Wisps and Blind Forest vibes.
I thought of Majin in the Forsaken Kingdom and Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
Gotcha,
like a mix of those two things.
Especially with like the green, grassy, foresty kind of elements,
and the staff combat too.
Yeah, that was probably the game I think I'm looking forward to the most of what we saw.
Kena?
Yeah.
I can get that.
That was also really interesting. I like the art style very much, and the different types of combat look cool.
Yeah. It didn't look like it's just like you fight melee. There's like some things you can do and change up and whatnot.
Yeah. It did feel like, from an outsider's perspective, what like a Zelda game would look like. I've never really played one a lot, but
like the adventure story aspect of things and stuff like that.
Like climbing around, looking for various places, and
it also had like that ending thing where like there was like a person in like getting taken over by a tree or whatever and stuff. You know, it's like it's what M. Night Shyamalan should have thought of.
Yeah, right.
You know, like
it's got that sort of dark fantasy vibe from like what was that cartoon, like Nim?
Secret of Nim.
Secret of Nim or something, you know, like it's all green and pretty and happy until it's not. And then it gets scary. Like, I really like that sort of art style.
How peaceful it is when everything's in balance, but then when it's imbalanced, it's like hell.
Yeah.
We had another one for Deathloop, which is like the, I don't know, 8th time we've seen Deathloop stuff.
It feels like it.
Still no date or anything, so I don't know when it's coming out, but the premise is still the same. You die and you die again, and you go back and you fight more. I don't know.
It's a competitive, like, 2v2, but there's also...
I think it's a 1v1, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, 1v1, but there's also, like, targets that you need to take out in addition to those people.
It's like Hitman plus the ship.
It's like spy versus spy.
Yeah. It's Hitman, but you have someone else who's hunting you while you're trying to take out your targets. But in a first-person aspect, like, I like the way the game looks with, like, its teleporting, the first-person shooter aspect of it. It has, like, a Mirror's Edge, Dishonored kind of feel, kind of mixed
like
in there.
You've got various, like, powers and utilities and stuff that you can use to teleport around and blow people up, and
Yeah. But
I like that the blast thing that he did, like those shard things that came out of his hand, and he was like charging it up and shot those 3 people and then blasted in the guy's face to start the
Like, it looks
cinematic.
interesting. It's just I feel like we've seen it so many times, and I'm like, well, how long? Like, when are they? Are they planning this year?
Are they going to do like a
next year?
surprise release where like the next time they have a trailer, it's out?
Like, we didn't have it. We didn't have E3 this past year, but I'm pretty sure we saw it at least E3 the year before. I feel like it's been a while that we've seen it like bouncing around.
Yeah.
Or at least the announcement without anything, and there's just been a little bit more. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe we'll get a date at some point. Maybe they're shooting for next year, and they just didn't want to say it. I don't know.
Maybe.
COVID could have also delayed it a lot too.
Yeah.
You know, that's always the thing too. Is
Sure.
people were worried about what kind of games we're going to get this year because how much did COVID push that back and hinder creations of whatever games, you know? Sure, maybe they're working on the new God of War game, but how much were they able or have they been able to get done and work on it considering whatever conditions are going on?
How much further would they have been ahead?
Yeah, could they have been ahead a lot further right now, you know? I don't know. And then the last one, Final Fantasy VII, Intergrade.
Yeah.
Which is coming out June 10th?
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say it's probably June 10th.
June 10th.
Okay.
So, but like Rick, what'd you think of that? The main thing for you is there's a new DLC aspect, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the main thing. Like
there's a new chapter.
It was tough on the stream because my stream wasn't the best quality to see like the differences.
Sure.
Like some things in Final Fantasy VII Remake are the best things my eyes have ever beheld in my life. But there were quite a few things that were under par even for like PS4 standards. So it's will be awesome seeing it on PS5. I'm super happy that they, you know, if you bought it for PS4, you
just
get
get
it
it,
for PS5. I was worried that like it was gonna do like a Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royale, where like Royale adds a lot, but you have to buy it again. And so like I was worried that this like Tifa thing was gonna be added, but then you have to buy the whole game again.
Gotcha.
So I like the way that they're handling it, where it's
Number
free.
1, you don't have to buy it again.
Yeah.
And number 2, if you get over to PS5, you can get the DLC. You purchase that part of it.
Yeah. Although, I mean, that feels a little weird too. Like, it's already weird that they're taking this game that not everybody, but a lot of people know, and, you know, you have to buy it 3 times in order to get the whole thing.
Yeah.
But now you also have to buy these little side stories too. You know, like, you can get all that from the original. Although, some of this stuff for this character looked new. It might have... I didn't recognize the guy's name immediately, but where they were kind of reminded me a little of Dirge of Servius.
Okay.
Which was a PS2 game starring Vincent. So maybe they're bringing some of that stuff as well. They're bringing in... I don't want to spoil too much, but they seem to be bringing in stuff from some of the other games into Final Fantasy VII Remake. So it wouldn't surprise me that they're bringing some of that stuff in too.
Sure. Like if they bring in some stuff from the there was the PSP game.
Yep.
Right. Like bring in some of that stuff, Dirge of Cerberus, like kind of all that lore and stuff surrounding Final Fantasy VII. Bring it all into the remake where it's all there for everyone, kind of thing, and mix them together. Like this one here, like it could either be because Cloud's missing and you're dealing with Yuffie and whatnot, because they kind of mentioned that in the trailer, or you could also kind of have it happening alongside of, you know, and it's integrated into the story because maybe she's coming here to Midgard while other stuff was going on with Cloud and stuff. So you may have a little bit of alongside, like Resident Evil 2 style, where you're kind of having 2 things happen at the same time, right? Like that's a possibility too, maybe. But it could just be taking straight up after, if Cloud's missing, here's what's happening in between that time. And then
like I wonder how expansive it'll be. Like how many hours of content are we talking? What's it going to cost?
Sure. So, but a lot of updates going to the PS5. Loading times seem to be a big one.
Loading time was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty significant in 7 Remake, so it would be nice not having to deal with that.
Yeah.
Because we even have a faster hard drive in our PS4 than like come standard.
Yeah.
So
we got a SSD.
It still took time.
So that's I think everything they showed. I try to make sure I have a list of what all was popping up and whatnot.
Yeah.
So no God of War, no Horizon Zero Dawn 2 or anything. No.
No, even like we saw some stuff for Final Fantasy, and like Demon Souls and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Demon Souls is out now.
True.
So, I mean, but I don't know. Like, maybe we'll see some more in the next time. Maybe this is what we have now because I said, like, COVID could have delayed some things. Maybe not. Maybe they're holding on to announcements for another time. And this
yeah,
is
I'm not sure, like, what the status of the Tokyo Game Show is.
Yeah.
You'll get a lot of stuff there, too.
Usually, that, E3, those kind of things are when you get those bigger announcements and whatnot. You get some announcements every once in a while from other stuff, too. But this one felt more of, like, here's some things we've already announced that were coming out. Let's show you a little bit more of, like, Returnal and a Solar Ash and dive into those a little bit more so you can see what they're going to be like versus, like, let's announce a bunch of new stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Which our last one, I think, for PlayStation would have been back in, like, November-ish or so. I forget when it was, but that was more E3-ish time, I feel like, because E3 had been canceled at that point. So maybe, I feel like we got more announcements then of, like, look at this new stuff coming. Especially PS5 coming out around then, too.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't announce it here because I think this week they announced that Ratchet & Clank for PS4 is free to everybody.
Really?
Yeah, so, like, even if you don't have PS Plus, it's just free.
Just
you can
free?
Just get it.
You figure, you figure they would announce some of that kind of stuff, too. Just to toss it out there, even if it's not new or showing anything. Just like, hey, look, Ratchet & Clank's out there. But no, yeah, I mean it was okay to see. I liked seeing. I wish there would have been like a little bit more. Like Sifu looks cool. It wasn't something where I'm like, man, I hope I get a sequel to this or anything, But I'm still also looking forward to Pokemon. I'm gonna keep my hopes up of some cool stuff there for announcement wise. Just because like the Nintendo one we had was like okay, but it also at the same time didn't hit any of those notes of like I hope we see something new and exciting that we were not expecting.
Hey, I was excited for Mario Golf.
Yeah, Mario Golf was cool, and I like what they showed there and stuff too.
Badass.
I'm excited for that. That's going to be the new Golf with Friends.
Yeah,
I understand. I'm excited for Pokemon.
A lot of people were like, I want to announce a new Zelda. There's the anniversaries coming up. Are they going to say something for Pokemon, for Zelda, for Donkey Kong, or any of that? And they didn't really hit any of those notes. They did have the new Skyward Sword and stuff for Nintendo, but new. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for tomorrow, I'm excited to see what they can do for Pokemon. Maybe we see some Snap gameplay. Would be cool. We've seen seen 2 or 3 things of Snap now.
See a little bit more of that. Maybe they'll announce. A lot of people are hoping for a Gen 4 remake.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe they'll be doing some more like. There's possible for like Let's Go's. There's possibilities for. I mean, with it being Pokemon rather than just being Nintendo, it might go into like movies, TVs, or any of that kind of stuff too. So. Be interested to see what they do with that as well.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm excited for Pokemon tomorrow, regardless of what we get in that presentation. Because I'm excited for that randomizer.
Yeah,
that we're playing at 3 o'clock.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
chaotic and great.
I'm hesitant.
Good.
Oh, you're gonna have a great time, Calvin.
I know I am, but
just think, Calvin. Every time something happens, you can just blame the game.
It's true.
Damn this game! This is the one time you're able to do that.
I can do it every time.
RNG.
You've seen me.
No, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, it is almost 6 o'clock.
Yep.
We covered everything that came from the state of play.
Mm-hmm.
We still have. Do we need to go over any of the bits and stuff like that, Rick?
We do still have 2 trailers that we haven't done.
Yeah, we might need to push those to next week. Maybe we do have.
We'll try
some
to
stuff.
get some of the audio things maybe figured out before we go into tomorrow's stuff. So I'll read through a few of the activity of bits, donations, subscribes, and stuff real quick here. And we also have a few exercises.
Lovely.
So we'll get all that stuff done before we end stream. But make sure you guys are coming back. We'll get the audio stuff squared away for Pokemon tomorrow, which will be starting a little before 10 on that one. And then 3 o'clock we will be doing the randomizer, which is going to be a lot of fun. All right. Exercise-wise, let me see what's not for me.
Is that the easier list to narrow down?
Has 10 sit-ups, 20 push-ups. And Eric has 10 squats.
Ooh.
And everything else is for me, so.
Did I have something in there?
No.
Okay.
Got some squats.
Well, while that's going on.
You said
you have 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups.
Oh, man.
Crushed. 10 and 10.
Crushed a cracker.
Crush a crack. That sounds like a curse word.
Sounds like an edited for TV.
Eric, you're dropping more.
I'm not sure where you left off in the bits and donations.
I believe I'm at Tetsuo47 resubscribe for 21 months.
Okay.
Right above Crashing Coyotes resubscribe.
Let me get there. And there's some nice questions that were redeemed as well. We probably won't have time for them, so I will refund them, but ask them next time. Blind Wave podcast every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
By the way, also Calvin, those are for not having watched Star Trek Discovery.
Well, I can't watch everything.
I haven't seen it either.
Can't watch everything all the time.
And I have Aaron just cuz, Aaron for Aaron, Aaron because audio issues are somehow his fault. For Aaron, stop ruining things. Aaron for the sound issues, you know it's your fault, so here's your redemption. For Aaron, stop harassing Calvin. Aaron for failing your cat mission. The secretary will disavow any knowledge of your action.
Good Lord.
Which secretary?
I don't know.
You have a secretary?
Secretary of cats.
It'd be funny at the end of that. It's like Aaron for having to do too many air exercises.
Aaron for taking so long doing his exercises.
All right, and then you just have your 10 push-ups, Calvin. I'm going to check that off now.
Calder Robin with 1,000 bits because I just finished My Hero Season 4, and my God.
Ooh, yeah. Excited for the next. Soon.
Casual Doom resubscribed for 13 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Zack Attack, 11 months, almost a year. You guys have great energy. It's always great to watch stuff with you. The Expanse and your reactions to it is freaking great.
Oh, so
Thank
good.
you.
So
Thank
good.
you so much.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
Cooler Ice Cube, subscribed for the first time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Rollins 96, subscribed for 10 months.
Thank you.
Midfield, subscribed for the first time.
Thank you.
Shockmaster, subscribed for the first time. I'm excited about that.
Thank you very much.
Star Killer, we subscribed for 24 months. I can't thank you guys enough for helping me get through this last year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Half Blood Prime, subscribed for the first time.
Thank you.
A lot of new first timers. We appreciate.
Oh, we appreciate it. Come back tomorrow.
It's true. It'll be a lot of fun. Red Pterodactyl, 50 bits. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make Some the Great. Nope, that's redeem push-ups. Skip over that. Vic, 13.95, free subscriber, 12 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hilding, 100 bits. Mods are getting work today. Thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you, mods.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Snake Sosa, subscribe for the first time. Thank you. King Hodor, tipped $3. Hey, Eric, how are you enjoying being part of the Quirky Merc so far? Are you making any friends? Also, what are your thoughts on the pay-per-view event from Friday? No spoilers, though, since it hasn't aired on YouTube yet.
Yeah, I'm very much enjoying it. Great team, a lot of communication that we're having all together. I love that I have so many people that, like, as I'm studying, I'll just be like, how would they play this? Like, you know, if they're talking specifically about this thing and the person says this thing, should I challenge? And we, like, would go over, like, you know, because you don't want to lose your challenge.
Sure.
If, you know, so there's been a lot of communication, a lot of trying to support each other. And I did watch the pay-per-view match live. The Star Wars match was fantastic. The Inner Geekdom match was amazing. The ending was like emotional. it was really, really cool. So when this pop up, definitely give them a look. But yeah, I play along with the Star Wars match, and I'm feeling pretty confident.
Good.
There was only one question that I didn't have off the top of my head, and another question that I answered differently. But when I went to research it, I actually answered it correctly, and they had answered it slightly differently.
And the one that you missed, you haven't gotten that far in your journey yet.
I have not. I was pretty lucky in the sense that all of them were relatively surface level questions, except for some of those harder ones, which unfortunately the harder ones I had covered. I still have 4 movies to deep dive, so we're getting there.
Miss Karen Sita resubscribed for 11 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Smith Crow subscribed for the first time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Captain Cold, 50 bits with a lengthy message. Just giving bits to say that for the past few months, while I am at work pushing carts, I would just put in one of my black color Raycon earbuds, not sponsored, and listen to you guys' podcasts.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
In doing that, I think I found my new favorite moment in Blind Wave. Shane telling the story of Stinky Crazy Battle Axe Samurai Steve.
Yep.
Imagining Steve coming out of the darkness as a samurai with 10 weapons is the funniest thing I've heard in a while. I broke out laughing in the parking lot.
Well, good. I do that all the time. Anytime I'm doing any kind of like if I'm cleaning or if I'm doing outside work, I pop in like podcasts or something in an earbud, which is dangerous for me because If I just have one in, I can't hear anything else. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But I have
It's like ambulances tearing by you. You just driving.
Yeah.
Smith Crow gifted a sub. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Smith Crow.
Thank you.
Alex the Great gifted a sub.
Thank you, Alex.
Dom the Potato subscribed for the first time.
Dom.
Thank you.
Thank you. Light resubscribed for 21 months with talks of a D&D movie. Have you guys done a reaction to The Gamers yet? So good. Oh, so good.
It is very good.
We need to.
I have no.
Rick and I have both watched it.
Yeah. It's a whole series. There's 4 of them. It's great.
What is it?
The Gamers. It's a thing.
Darkness Rising.
Where it's like,
Okay.
yeah, half D&D players playing the game in their like real world, but then
And
you
then half
also
of the
switch to
campaign.
their characters in the game.
Gotcha.
So, really, really cool. Little independent film. Don
Gotcha.
Jimmy tipped $5. I'll be donating $5 every Thursday until Casino Royale and Mission Impossible 4 or 5 is on a poll.
Ooh.
So we're just never putting those on a
So
poll
I
then.
guess you would be dumb to actually put it on a poll, but I'm shooting my shot anyway.
You know what? I respect.
Good for you, man.
I respect.
It worked with Whiplash.
It did.
Eventually.
That's true. Ask G-Paul.
Yeah. So thank you very much. We definitely need to get these other guys to see some more of the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of franchises like Mission Impossible that I'm not complete on. Fast and Furious I'm not complete on.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff.
Fast and Furious. I've only seen the first one. There's so many.
Yeah. I think I've seen 2.
I've seen
The
1
first
and
2.
2.
James Bond.
I've seen a bunch
Sure.
of those.
But
I've
there
seen
are also a lot more of those.
Yeah.
I've seen GoldenEye, a sword fight from The World's Not Enough, and me and Aaron watched Dr. No.
World's Not Enough or Die Another Day?
I don't know. Something
I'm gonna say
with
a
Pierce
sword fight from
Brosnan.
Die Another Day.
There's a sword fight.
yeah.
I've seen that. And then me and you watched Dr. No.
Dr. No.
Yeah.
We were going
I
to
was
go
like,
through
man.
all of them because we were going through Friends, too.
Yeah.
We never made it through them all.
There was one point in Dr. No where I'm like, oh my gosh, that's kind of a womanizer there. And you're like, yeah. It's James Bond. I'm like, yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Durita subscribe for the first time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ecom 400 bits. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kuriza subscribe for the first time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chronic Reaper gifted 5 subs and resubscribed for 2 months.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Big Blasian Boy subscribed for 5 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Zaflurchen Flaus 20 bits. Hey guys, sorry if it's been asked already, but are there any updates on the Star Wars podcast? Can't wait to hear Eric and Aaron's thoughts on the High Republic. Loving it so far.
I mean, no real updates right now. It's just that it's that constant COVID thing of like, well, we have plans on building something, getting together, and doing it in a certain way. We don't want to compromise that vision, so it's been kind of pushed off as we do it.
Yeah. A lot of it's like, do we want to do it in the vision that we envision, or
Yeah.
do we do it in some other way and maybe get to there at some point?
Because we're really excited by what we want to do, but what we want to do, we can't really do right now.
Cody cheered 500 bits. Just 2 quick questions. Have you guys played a game called Magica? I have.
Yes.
No.
It's a 4-player co-op. Would be a good group stream someday.
It would be kind of fun.
Yeah, it's
A lot of pulp culture.
It's a little like Helldivers, Aaron. I think you played Helldivers.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've never played 1 or 2.
Will there be any interest in doing an RTS like Civ 5 or 6 with fans for a group stream?
I do like strategy games. The thing with that, though, is there wouldn't be much time. Like, you'd probably be in one the whole stream.
Yeah.
So you just have whoever those
got in.
Whoever those few individuals would be.
Yeah. And
unless you did something like Castle Battle, whatever it was, in Age of Empires 2. Remember how like you'd have that big area in the center, but all 8 people would have one castle?
Sure.
And you had to go and destroy their base?
Yeah.
There's that. Those don't take as long.
True.
But I do like that.
Townsend gifted 5 subs. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Townsend.
Captain Cold 40 bits. Just dropping bits to ask Aaron if after he finishes his Pokemon streams, and Miles, do you plan on playing this Mario Maker 2 world by Rubber Ross? If you don't know him, he's one of the most popular Mario Maker creators who spent months making levels for his world. He's also a self-proclaimed sadist. So if you do play, good luck with that.
Well,
I'd have a lot of fun doing that.
I do know Miles is what I want to do next. I don't know exactly what order after that. I do want to hit up Pokemon Snap, which comes out I think end of April. So that's on my list as well. But I wouldn't mind playing that. That would be fun. I also wouldn't mind Calvin playing that because I would watch that too.
I would watch that.
Even I took a dive recently into user-made Mario Maker 2 levels, and there's some crazy stuff out there.
There's some really good ones.
Yeah.
There's some really bad ones. There's a mixture.
And finally, Jonga 2020 gifted a sub.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's going to do it for this extra long stream. We're going to be back tomorrow a couple times.
Yeah. A little bit before 10
tomorrow.
We'll be back 10 a.m. Eastern time, which it's 6 o'clock now, so you can kind of do your math. And then we'll be back again at 3 o'clock for our Pokemon randomizer. So if you're interested in Pokemon, tomorrow's going to be a good time to be watching our stream.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Hopefully see you then.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.